continue to stand. And gentlemen, remove your hats. Veterans may remain covered and render the military salute for our national anthem. The colors are presented by GVSU Army ROTC Color Guard. Today's members are GVSU students, Cadet Whitaker, Cadet Gould, Cadet Hernandez, and Cadet Pastor. Our national anthem is directed by Dr. John T. Martin, Director of Athletic Bands. The Laker Marching Band has been the leader of the Laker Nation that supports our football team. As a tribute to you, the Laker Nation, the band performs our famous floating GVSU. GVSU standoff. Eat 'em up, go! Lakers go!
against number 1. All eyes nationally are fixated on Allendale, Michigan for the 21st installment of the Anchorbone Classic as the Bulldogs visit the Lakers. Hi again, everybody, and welcome live on the Grand Valley Sports Network once again. Alongside former Grand Valley State tight end Bob Mitchell, I'm Brian Fonger saying thanks for tuning in. And Bob, it doesn't get any better than this once again. Ferris State, Grand Valley State, as we kind of break it down a little bit here. Last week for Grand Valley State, boy, it was a rock fight against Saginaw Valley State. They got it done 16-9, but I'm sensing offensively, Ian Shoemaker, this is going to be a game where he's really going to have to maybe open things up a little bit. What adjustments do you see Grand Valley State making offensively against this Ferris State defense?
Yeah, usually when you're talking about offense, you talk about the run setting up the pass. I think today Grand Valley is going to have to use the pass to set up the run. Grand Valley has really seen a lot of 8-man boxes, the guys bringing in and making them force Grand Valley to pass. I think that's going to be the case today. I think Ferris State's going to come in with a stout defense. They're a really good defensive team. They're going to put a lot of guys in the box and force Grand Valley to throw the football early. I look for Grand Valley to throw the ball early to set up the run.
7-0 is 7-0. As you look at this Ferris State team, they are 6-1, and offensively, Bob, the Bulldogs, well, everything goes through Trinidad Chambliss. Outstanding starting quarterback. He has been on a heater of late. Defensively, I think it's all about making Trinidad uncomfortable in the pocket, and also the Island boys at the cornerback position for Grand Valley State against the wide receiver by committee position for Ferris State.
Yeah, absolutely. Trinidad Chambliss coming off of a performance of last week of 6 touchdowns, ties a record for Ferris State University, D2 Player of the Week. They're explosive offensively, but I don't think they've seen a defense like Grand Valley since week 1 in Pitt State. Grand Valley, look for them to bring pressure, force Trinidad Chambliss to make some errors early, and try to take advantage of those errors.
That's it. What an unbelievable afternoon in late October for some football. GVSU, the newly crowned number 1 team in the country nationally. Ferris State has slowly but surely climbed their way up the ladder to number 3 in the country in one poll, number 4 in the other. And Bob, before we get things going here, both teams have made their way onto the surface. The lines to get in to Lubber Stadium are still backed up all the way to the parking lots. It's an incredible environment. What more could you ask for on a Saturday?
Yeah, it was fun being out at the tailgate early and just seeing the environment and the enthusiasm. It's like none other. Ferris Grand Valley always brings in a great crowd. And this line has been here since 9 a.m. this morning, waiting to get into this stadium. The students trying to get the best seats they can, knowing that the students get in no matter what. You have a student ID, you're getting into this game. So we're going to see 17,000 plus filtered into this stadium that holds 10,500. It's going to be a beautiful environment today.
Just moments away from the coin toss, and we'll get things going. GVSU has won the last 2 Anchorbone Classics, looking to keep the Anchorbone Trophy. They do play for a trophy here in Allendale for the 3rd straight season. Bob, before we get things going here, let's go over the keys to the contest for both teams, and we'll start off with the keys for Grand Valley State.
Yeah, keep your composure. It's one of the biggest things in this game. When you get a game that has this much hype, you want to make sure you keep your composure, and that's just not offensively and defensively, it's penalties. Make sure that you're lined up correctly. Make sure this is one of the stats that you and I laughed at today. 2 of the most penalized teams in the country. When you have success, sometimes you're penalized more than most, but Grand Valley has not been used to being one of those 2 teams. Ferris State has been one of those teams that's been penalized. They're a very aggressive team, but keep your composure early. Make sure that you keep the quarterback uncomfortable. Trinidad Chambliss, we'll see him a lot today. Number 4, he's a great player. You've got to make sure that he can keep him uncomfortable. He's coming off on a performance last week, 6 touchdowns. He's been electrifying the last 6 weeks, but if you can get him uncomfortable, make some plays, and then win the line of scrimmage always, the defense and offensive lines, both of these teams have great ones. Whoever wins that line of scrimmage battle is going to win the game.
And quickly, Bob, for head coach Tony Anise and Ferris State, their keys to the game.
Yeah, chunk plays offensively. They love to get these big plays. If Grand Valley can stop them from their big chunk plays, and Grand Valley's going to go a lot of man. We talk about the Island boys, their defensive backs. They love to put pressure on those guys back there. They have a lot of faith in those guys. If Grand Valley can avoid the big chunk plays, that's going to be huge for them. Ferris wants to limit Grand Valley's run game. Grand Valley is one of the top teams in the country in the run game. They got stymied last week a little bit with Saginaw Valley, who put a lot of guys in the box, forced them to throw the ball. We'll see if Ferris State comes out and putting a lot of guys in the box, or if they trust their defense enough to really be more of a balanced defense. We'll see that early.
Also, no turnovers as well. Ferris State has been prone at times to put the ball on the deck or throw some interceptions here. So GVSU's defense, they'll be looking for that.
100%. And Coach Anise said it earlier in his press conference this week, is they've gotten off to a couple of bad starts their last 2 games at Grand Valley. Last year in the regular season game, 28-0, horrible start. And then in the playoff game, Grand Valley sacked Malik Mitchell on the first play of the game, forced fumble, short field, and got up early. So they really want to limit the turnovers, and they want to make sure they don't get off to that slow start that they have in the last 2 games here in Allendale.
Tony Anise, as I mentioned, for Ferris State in his 12th season. He's 11-5 all-time against GVSU. He's lost 3 of the last 4 matchups. Scott Wooster in year number 2. He won both meetings last season, looking to make it 3 in a row here this afternoon. What an atmosphere here. Glad to have you along on the Grand Valley Sports Network. GVSU is going to go on defense to start off the football game. We'll keep an eye on special teams as well. GVSU is very potent on special teams. Ferris also has some game breakers as well, Bob.
No doubt. They got some speed on that backside, and Grand Valley has been kind of concerning a little bit earlier in the year with their kickoff coverage. They've done great as of late. We'll see what the strategy is here early in this game if they want to kick off to this really explosive Ferris State kickoff return team.
Here we go. Colin Kralep has the ball teed up at his own 35-yard line. An hour separates the schools north-south. We're in Allendale for the 2nd straight year. Here we go. We're underway. We're playing some football on a late Saturday afternoon. It's received inside the 5-yard line, angling to the wide side and barely getting to the 10-yard line before getting sandwiched there is Tariq Brett, a sophomore slot receiver, and GVSU was there at the point of attack.
Luke McLean, the special team stud, it comes up and makes a huge play. That's a big play. You think about getting tackled on the 10-yard line, so see it on the replay right here. Luke just beating his block on the outside, and look at him fired up, trying to fire up in this crowd. And Ferris State is in the student section of Grand Valley. We've seen it in the past. Some false start penalties because of the noise in this student section area.
Here's the dual threat quarterback that is Trinidad Chambliss, the Forest Hills Northern product. Top passing quarterback in the conference, also one of the top runners in the GLIAC as well. Leads the GLIAC in rushing touchdowns. He motions the running back out. He's going to throw a bubble screen. It's complete to the wide side of the field, trying to turn the corner before getting tripped up there on the reception. It was complete there on the edge for maybe 4 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 6 on that quick little bubble screen.
Yeah, good play right there early for Trinidad to get his feet underneath him. He's a young quarterback in this system, hasn't played in this rivalry game. A lot of noise in the back, and a great job right there setting up a 2nd and manageable situation for the Bulldogs.
2nd and 6. It's a handoff. Katzer finds a crease. Look out. He's down the sideline. He's going to be chased out of bounds by Niles King, but that's a big point of emphasis that Ferris State wanted to try and prove to GVSU, and that's run the football. They didn't do so last year.
Yeah, Cannon Katzer did a great job right there. He's a transfer from Washington State University, a Division I program, and he's been a really good influx as we see the replay right here. Great job blocking up front by the Bulldogs, sealing everything off, and you see Niles King coming from the backside trying to chase him down.
Running tempo, a hard clap. GVSU doesn't jump, and now they'll switch all around at the wide receiver position. It's a handoff. Katzer again, right side. He's got room, and there he goes again down the sideline. Gets a block, and he's finally escorted out of bounds, but not after another big play in the run game. Down to the GVSU 36 for a first down.
Yeah, we take a look at the Bulldog offense here. Trinidad Chambliss, the key to the game right here. The quarterback, the redshirt freshman, doing great. Cannon Katzer, we mentioned his name again, and he's doing a great job. He's got a host of receivers in Rose, Thompson, and Underwood that do a great job. That front 5, though, is the ones that are doing the job right now. Miracle Anderson, Wyndham, Hatter, and George are doing a great job of dominating this line of scrimmage. It's one of our keys to the game. Who's going to dominate the line of scrimmage? Thus far, the Bulldogs doing it up front.
It's a big offensive line for Ferris State as well on 1st and 10. A short drop. Now he's flushed to his right. There goes Cardamone. He can't get him. A sidearm throw. It's incomplete. Incomplete there, intended for his receiver there in the flat. It's going to be 2nd and 10. The receiver was Jeremiah Lee. It was out of his reach. As
we take a look at the Laker defense right there, Nylander, Jolly Gilchrist, we talked about Niles King and the chase that he did on the back end. They're going to have to put pressure on the quarterback. DeMonte McCurdy, Anthony Cardamone, the preseason All-American, and Jake Archibald. We saw right there, and that's defensive back, Pringle, Kennelly, Hayward, and Reed are one of the best in the country. But Grand Valley putting delayed pressure on Trinidad Chambliss is going to be a key to this game.
It's a quarterback draw up the middle, left side. Chambliss hurdles a defender. There he goes into the second level. Spins away, stumbling inside the 20, down to the 17. Boy, this Bulldog offensive line right now is controlling that line of scrimmage.
100%. And this is the key to the game that we talked about, controlling the line of scrimmage. Right now, the offensive line for Ferris State doing a great job against this really stout defense for Grand Valley. They've given up some yards, as we see in the replay right here. This is the designed quarterback draw. And Chambliss does a nice job of being patient, following his blockers and getting upfield and setting up the red zone play here.
From the 18 to the Lakers, they're in the red zone. It's a short drop. Pocket hold, sets, throws on the out route, incomplete. Great coverage there by Grant Hart. Intended target there at the pylon for Ferris State was Tariq Brett, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, these are two of the best defensive backfields that you're going to see in the country, and man-to-man coverage is what you're going to see a lot in the red zone by both teams. They got both of them got great covered corners right there. Grant Hart does a great job. Nowhere really for Trinidad Chambliss to throw the football, and we'll see if Grand Valley dials up some pressure right now, try to force Trinidad Chambliss into a mistake here in the red zone.
They've been going empty with no running backs here the last couple of plays, and they do so again on 2nd and 10. 4-man front for GVSU. Slot receiver goes in motion. Quarterback draw. Chambliss this time. He's submarine and dropped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. And was that Jimmy Downs, the heat-seeking missile?
We've talked about him over the last few weeks, and with Jimmy Downs, we talked about Anthony Cardamone, where he came out of the woodwork nowhere last year. Jimmy Downs is that guy this year for Grand Valley, just coming up and making play after play, and he does it again here on 2nd down, forcing a 3rd and long situation for Ferris. And this is where Trinidad Chambliss needs to be patient, understand if it's nothing there, don't force it, don't make a turnover. We'll see if Grand Valley can force something here.
3rd and 10. Katzer goes in motion. Here comes the blitz up the middle. He's flushed to his right. Looking, he's going to tuck it and run. He's not going to get there. He's pushed out of bounds. Just shy of the 10-yard line. That's a stop for GVSU, and Ferris State looks like they're going to send on the field goal unit to try and take an early lead.
Yeah, Jake Archibald, great job on that delayed blitz like you talked about, forcing Trinidad Chambliss. And those are plays in the past where he's able to get the first down against some competition that Ferris has played over the last 6 weeks. But here, Grand Valley speed just a little bit too much. We'll see it right here. Great job on the replay, great job in the production booth by our guys, forcing him out of bounds and forcing Ferris State for a field goal attempt.
Mitchell Middleton is the kicker. He's a good one. It's a 28-yard attempt to give the Bulldogs an early lead on the opening possession. Kick is up, and he hooks it through the uprights. It's good. It's 3-0 Ferris State, but defensively for GVSU, that is a good hold there after Ferris State got things going early in the run game. We'll take a timeout. GVSU will go to work offensively after this here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
University of Michigan Health West is here to help you stay in the game. No matter what kind of athlete you are, the region's premier sports medicine program is here to help you stay on the move. With decades of experience in sports medicine care at 5 of our health centers, our team of highly skilled physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers provide treatments for injuries, joint pain, or whatever is holding you back. University of Michigan Health West is the official sports medicine provider of GVSU Athletics. More at ufmhealthwest.org/locations.
Back live on a sun-splashed Saturday afternoon in Allendale. Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell. This is the game, in our opinion, in the Division II circuit this weekend. Ferris State, Grand Valley State. Bob, courtesy of the run game, the Bulldogs marched right down the field. They stalled out, though, just shy of the 10-yard line. GVSU's defense bent, didn't break.
Yeah.
Ferris State kicks a field goal. It's 3-0 Bulldogs.
And they've been doing that all year, but Grand Valley's defense has been so good defensively this year. They've only given up 2 points in the first quarter all year, and that was on the offense last week on a safety. So defensively, they haven't let up a point. So Ferris did a great job of utilizing the run and using that offensive line and dominating up front. And you talked about it, and I over the break. Those are big holes. Grand Valley, we'll see if Jim Lewis and their defensive staff can make some adjustments to really close up those holes and force Trinidad Chambliss to make some plays.
So Ferris State getting set to kick. Middleton's kick. And they're going to test Kellen Reed, the dangerous return man, at his own 5. Right up the middle of the field he goes, looking for some blocks. He's got some blocks. Oh, and he's tripped up at the very last second. Otherwise, he might have raced into the clear there, and he's tripped up just shy of the 30-yard line, and here comes Avery Moore in that Laker offense.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Anise and his staff weren't really happy that ball went right down the middle. You usually want to angle it inside the hash to give your coverage team a little bit more prudent advantage, but right down the middle, is a dangerous spot to give Kellen Reed the ball. As we take a look at the Laker offense, Avery Moore, Khalil Eichenberger, the running back, Cody Tierney, Daryl Johnson, Cal Knott, and a big tight end, and Gavin Cassou. And look for the Laker offensive line right now. Weaver, Brown, Blake Jones, Martin, and Caldwell to try to open up some hole for Eichelberger.
It's going to be a sweep to the left side. Eichelberger sticks the foot in the ground, turns it upfield, and plows ahead for a 4-yard gain across the 30. They'll mark it down at the 31, pickup of 3, 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, this defense is pretty stout. You look at the two guys in the middle right there, Irving Bay and Nelson. They are phenomenal, 91 and 9. They've kind of rotated the defensive ends on the outside. The Bulldog defense, Sefa, I got to get his name right, Pea, and Connor Neer and Jacarvius Alexander. They are a good linebacking core, and the two corners, Lente Smith and Ashton Ware, are phenomenal corners.
Oh, and Avery Moore got absolutely rodeoed down by the face mask on a sack, and that's going to be a personal foul, 15 yards. My goodness, that was a neck twister.
Tyrone Fowler, the 6'3 senior from Philadelphia, just does a great job of getting in, and he just grabs the face mask right there, a 15-yard penalty, a break for the Lakers. But again, I think Ferris State's not going to be too disappointed with the pressure that they were able to bring. It was a fake outside move. They brought him inside. One of the things that Ferris State wants to make sure that they do with their passing lanes is make sure they're disciplined. He went inside. If Avery Moore had an opportunity without the face mask to get outside, there was a lot of room to run. So we'll see if Ferris State continues to kind of freelance on that defensive front.
So it moves it all the way out close to midfield. Handoff up the middle. Eichelberger finds that hole, and he gets chopped down, but not after he gets into Bulldog territory for a pickup of 9 to the 45-second and short.
Yeah, great run right there, and a great blocking up front. We talked about how much success they were going to have in this running game. We thought it would be on the edge a little bit more because of the stoutness of those two defensive tackles. But one of the most successes you can have is running right at somebody.
Here's the RPO, a pump fake, and a draw up the middle. There goes Avery Moore on the delay, a first down inside the 40 to the 37. Didn't like what he saw on the edges, took matters into his own hands.
Man, if you're a defensive coordinator and have to put a game plan against Avery Moore and what he can do with his feet, his legs, and his arm, it's a challenge. He had Kellen Reed on the outside wide open to throw it, decided to tuck it and run, and got an easy first down for the Lakers as they move into Bulldog territory.
On the snap, handoff on the cutback. Eichelberger spins, bounces left side, keeps his footing, and he's finally ankle tackled down inside the 35 to the 34. That was a hard-earned 3 yards there by Khalil, the leading rusher in the GLIAC this season coming into the game.
Yeah, that's Ashton Ware on the tackle right there, and these guys can tackle. These defensive backs are good at coverage, but they can come up and fill and do a great job of making a great tackle. It looks like Eichelberger had some room to run right there, but a great job of filling. We'll see if Grand Valley takes advantage of the aggressiveness of the defensive backs.
2nd and 7 on the snap. Play action fake. A pump fake. Sets. Throws. Kyle Knott was held up. There's the flag. That's pass interference. Otherwise, that's an easy touchdown.
That's the aggressiveness I was talking about. These defensive backs for Ferris love to play aggressively, come up and challenge the passing routes. And we talked to the coaching staff I did earlier this week in regards to the aggressiveness. He said, look out for some double moves, and that's exactly what happened right there. A double move on the outside to Kyle Knott, a hold on the outside.
Defense number 4, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that'll put GVSU inside the red zone, Bob, at the 19, if my math is correct, to the Bulldogs. Coming into the game, Ferris State, the 6th worst penalized team in the country. Well, GVSU not far behind, the 7th worst. Ferris State has been penalized 71 times. They've already got 2 big penalties on their defense, so the yards continue to add up in the wrong direction for the Bulldogs, but GVSU has been penalized 68 times for over 620 yards. On 1st and 10, play action fake, rolling to his right. Moore is going to tuck it and run. Pump fakes again, gets stretched out, and he goes tumbling out of bounds for a couple of yards to the 17, picked up 2, 2nd and 8.
Great job of coverage on the backside there by Ferris State and forcing Avery Moore to use his feet to get making something out of nothing, gets a couple of yards. But this is where it's going to matter. We saw it on the last possession where Ferris State wasn't able to make anything happen in the red zone. The red zone defense, both of these defenses are phenomenal, and the red zone defense for both teams are good. Who can make plays in the red zone is really going to determine this football game.
About 7 minutes into the football game, and we get an early timeout by Ferris State. Oh, man. Some of the assistant coaches are letting some of the players on the sideline have at it there, giving them their 2 cents. Not sure they were lined up properly or didn't have the right personnel in.
Well, I looked at the Grand Valley personnel, and they have some unique things and some wrinkles that they're going to bring into this game, but that was a traditional 12-set, 2 tight end personnel, so nothing unusual out of the ordinary. And the fact that Ferris State was not aligned and didn't like their defense, but Coach Anise and his staff, I mean, in the first half, they utilized a lot of timeouts. If they don't like something on defense, they understand that this isn't a game-breaker situation that they need to save timeouts for like you do in the second half. They'll utilize those timeouts, make sure they get their defense set right here, especially on a critical second down and long play in the red zone.
Ferris State's won 6 in a row after their season opening loss at Pitt State. It's a tough place to go down there in Kansas to the Jungle, Bob, and win a football game. Ever since then, they've been on a roll.
Well, yeah, Ferris State has been in some really hostile environments. You look at Pitt State, it is an unbelievable stadium. Look it up, people. The Gorillas are for real. Last year, they go to Montana, a very hostile environment, and play a really competitive football game. So they're used to these environments, playing here twice last year as well.
Ike Udengwu in at quarterback, and we get a false start on Jalen Caldwell. So trying a little wrinkle, like you said there, Udengwu at quarterback, but now it's going to bring up 2nd and 13 after the false start.
And that's a tough situation where you bring in a different set of offense, where you have 2 quarterbacks out there, and you kind of show what you're going to play, and there's a penalty on the play. So now the defense can react and kind of figure out what's going to happen. They're going to stick with the 2 quarterback situation here with Avery Moore as a lone setback and Ike Udengwu as the quarterback.
Interesting. We'll see how this pans out, but it's 2nd and long from the Bulldog 22. On the snap, it's behind Udengwu, and he's just got to fall on it. And the Lakers are going backwards back to the 29. Now you're in a situation, Bob, where you got to get into a comfortable field goal situation here for Matthew Basic.
Yeah, it's almost like you were having so much success working with your base offense, and then you kind of bring in a wrinkle. This wasn't a horrible snap by any means, a little bit to the left, but a manageable snap, and just Ike Udengwu can't manage to bring it in, and now Grand Valley is forced on a 3rd and very, very long situation. Like you said, just trying to manage something to get in a comfortable field goal position.
Well, Ferris State's going to try and get them out of field goal position.
They're going to bring pressure.
They are lining it up, 6 guys across. On the snap, play action fake. It's only a 3-man rush. Steps up, can't get rid of it. He's not down yet. Now he is at the 35-yard line. There was nobody open downfield, and now, well, I guess they are going to try a long field goal attempt. It's going to be 52, maybe 53 yards from Matthew Basic. There is virtually no wind.
Yeah, if there's a little bit of wind, you can see in the flags, it's at Basic's back, so he's got the wind with him a little bit now just to manage the situation. But this is a long field goal. It's a 53-yarder. We've seen him hit a 53-yarder earlier in the season, but a great job by Ferris State's defense, faking the blitz, dropping the coverage, and getting that sack.
Sunderman's the holder. He gets it down, kick is up, and he hooked it wide to the left and short. And the Bulldog defense, as we keep it here, GVSU had it 1st and 10 inside the Bulldog 20 and went backwards pretty much 3 straight plays.
Well, this is where the defense needs to step up. You talk about sudden change situations, and this is one of those sudden changes. It's not a turnover, but yet it's a sudden change situation to where, watch for Ferris when these things happen. Offensive coordinators, a guy like Tony Anise, like to go up top, make a big play, make a big transition. Grand Valley has really done a great job all year long stepping up in sudden change situations. We'll see if they can do it here again.
So the Bulldogs keep their 3-0 lead out for their 2nd offensive possession of the game, and they go empty again with Chambliss alone in the backfield, H-back right. Lakers showing edge pressure. Slot receiver goes in motion. It's a jet sweep this time to the wide side of the field. It's Brett, and he's submarine down, but he gets a good gain. Close to the first down. He got 9 on first down using that wide side of the field, like I said.
Yeah, Ian Kennelly doing everything he can to get to the outside to force that back in, and Niles King does a great job of running that down, but another big gain for Ferris. They don't use traditionally the running game as regards to a running back set or even a fullback or anything like that. They use a lot of jet sweep action and the quarterback action to be effective in their run game. Spread Grand Valley out and try to take advantage of the big holes.
2nd and 1 for Ferris State. Again, Brett goes in motion. Quarterback draw, Chambliss just lowers the shoulder, gets the first down, close to midfield at their own 49-yard line. Just good old-fashioned power football there.
And that's what happens when you only have a single setback and you try to spread everything out. You limit what you can do defensively as far as putting guys in the box, and it allows a man-on-man situation, a 5-on-5, where all 5 offensive linemen can get a hat on a hat, allow the quarterback to get upfield, Grand Valley's going to have to take some chances defensively to go man-to-man on the outside and bring that extra guy in the box to account for that.
Again, the slot receiver goes in motion. Jet sweep again wide side. Getting around a tackler, getting strung out and jogging out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain to the GVSU 46 is Amari O'Brien. And they'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Ferris State. So in the run game, they're using all facets.
They are.
Quarterback draws, simple handoffs off tackle left or right, or even the jet sweep.
Yeah, these jet sweeps, you see it. When you see it, you don't see anybody for Grand Valley really in the pressure, allowing the running back or the wide receiver in that jet sweep motion to set up his blockers, and they're getting a lot of advantage right there right now against Grand Valley.
On 2nd and 5, there's no safety deep for GVSU. They fake the jet sweep, quarterback draw, right side, Chambliss tumbles for a first down inside the 40 to the 39 of GVSU. You talk about wrinkles defensively. Initially, the lone person deep for GVSU defensively at the 2nd level was Anthony Cardamone.
Yeah, they're bringing them back and trying to really force some things for Ferris State to try to slow down this running attack that they've got going. And so far, Grand Valley hasn't been able to figure it out. And we'll see if Coach Lewis and his staff can really bring some more guys in the box and try to put more pressure on Trinidad Chambliss, both in the running and the passing game. Right now, they're on their heels defensively.
Another first down for Ferris State. Play clock down to 10. Chambliss again alone in the backfield. 4-man front for the Lakers. Slot receiver going in motion. Handoff, O'Brien stutter stepping, not going very far, and that time he is met with authority there after just a couple-yard gain. Before finally cleaning him up was Jack Grice.
And that's an adjustment. Coach Lewis brought up his safety, brought up Ian Kennelly, as we'll see in the replay right here. He's right there to force the play. Doesn't make the tackle, but allows his defense and the pursuit to come in. And Jack Grice cleans that up really nicely, forcing a 2nd down and long situation. It's going to be a cat and mouse game between Jim Lewis and Coach Tony Anise on this offensive coordinator for this Ferris State Bulldogs team.
Time of possession's been dominated by Ferris State on 2nd and 8. On the wheel route, he had his man open, and Bretney didn't turn to look for the football. It's incomplete, 3rd and 8, a dangerous pass as well.
It is, and I think that was on the receiver right there. There was a full blitz situation. Trinidad Chambliss did a great job finding his hot receiver out on the outside. The receiver needs to do a better job of turning his head and realizing that it's a hot situation, knowing that he has to get the football out early. Doesn't turn his head, ball falls incomplete, 3rd down and long.
It's a big 3rd down for the Laker defense here. Trailing 3-0 late in the first. Again, empty. Go the Bulldogs. Play clock under 10.
Grand Valley man-to-man on the outside. They're going to bring some heat. They're going to bring pressure.
On the snap. Play action fake. Chambliss sets, throws. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. As we get some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Boy, the officials really got to contain this. No flags. They were trying to catch GVSU, like you said, napping in the 2nd level with no safety deep. But that's a good job by the interior there to bat that down.
Well, it was Ian Kennelly, I think, that's the one that came in. I'm sure we'll get a good look at this on the replay, but Ian Kennelly came in as a late blitzer. You don't really usually blitz your free safety, but here's Ian Kennelly, number 20, spying the quarterback right here. Keep an eye on him, jumps up and knocks the ball down. What a great play.
Great call
by
Bob.
Number 20 and forcing Ferris State to punt.
Ethan Sozen's the punter, a senior out of Australia. Got a lot of late subs happening on both sides here. Ferris State thought about going for it, and we still got all sorts of issues. Now they're going to go with the 2-punter system. Here comes Middleton out there as well.
Well, Ferris State substituted late, which allows Grand Valley to substitute. The officials doing a great job there, allowing both teams to make their substitutions.
A lot of window dressing from Ferris State. A slight rollout, and then just a ground ball that's going to work out. Look at this thing. Rolls inside the 10 and spins down around the 7. That almost hits somebody at the line of scrimmage, but it works out for Ferris State. We'll pause. GVSU gets the stop and the ball back. Still down 3-0 late in the first. Back after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Welcome to Ziegler Granville, your premier destination for an exceptional car buying experience. Why choose Ziegler Granville? Our wide selection of top quality vehicles ensures you'll find the perfect match for your lifestyle. Our knowledgeable and friendly staff are here to guide you every step of the way, making the process smooth and stress-free. Plus, with our state-of-the-art service center, your vehicle will always be in top condition. Experience the difference at Ziegler Granville. Visit us today and drive home happy.
Whether you've set personal goals or are just making your health and well-being a priority, NovaCare is here for you. NovaCare is your trusted physical therapy partner for recovering from aches and pains, gaining strength, and preventing injury. There's no better time to make NovaCare's movement experts part of your healthcare team. To learn more about the benefits of physical therapy and get on the road to recovery and wellness, schedule an appointment today at novacare.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
News 8 puts you in the huddle with Football Frenzy. Tailgate with Daybreak in the morning and get highlights all night with Jack Doles and News 8 Sports. From the fans to the field, Football Frenzy and the Frenzy Tailgate deliver all the action. Impressive students, impressive plays, and the biggest moments of the night. It's Football Frenzy, only on Wood TV 8. Brought to you by Meyer.
Back inside Lover Stadium, Brian Fonger's Bob Mitchell. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-0 Ferris State in the Anchorbone Classic. GVSU with the ball pinned deep. It's a play action fake by Moore. Sets, throws, one-on-one down the sideline. A lot of grab in there. It's incomplete. The intended target was Daryl Johnson. Like I said, there was a lot of clutching and grabbing, but the officials letting them play. On the coverage was Jacarvis Alexander for Ferris State.
Yeah, Jacarvis Alexander, he's 6'1", 200 pounds. He's long, he's strong. There's a flag on the play, but his length and his coverage, he's one of the best corner covers in Division II football. Grand Valley's got a couple of good ones as well, but he's a special kid.
An eligible man downfield called against GVSU. We'll see if Ferris accepts or declines.
That penalty is declined. Second down.
Don't blame Ferris there because GVSU is pinned back at their own 8.
I was talking to Tony Nicolette, Division II guy. He does some games for us as well. And the amount of illegal man downfield calls this year, it makes you wonder if it's a point of emphasis for these officials. But I can't imagine. That was a straight running play. And Brown is raising his hands. Can't understand how that call is made.
Kenneth Jones in at running back for GVSU now. Moore takes the snap. Quarterback sweep to the left. Moore finds a little bit of a seam, and he trudges his way close to the 15. It'll set up third down and manageable. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Jalen Caldwell slow to get up for GVSU. Big offensive tackle for the Lakers. Hope he's okay. Finally gets to his feet. Here's the replay.
Yeah, great job. Just a design quarterback draw to the outside. Good job blocking on the left side. Gets a solid 5 yards, but you're going to earn every single yard against this Ferris State defense, and they're stout against the run. That linebacking core is strong, led by the middle linebacker Connor Neer, who left for Oklahoma, comes back to Ferris State this year.
On 3rd and 5, Moore wants Jones to motion out of the backfield. There he goes. Short drop by Moore. Has time, sets, throws. He's got Daryl Johnson. First down and more down the sideline. And he's going to get shoved out of bounds across the 35 to the 36, maybe the 37. Good patience by Avery Moore to let that route develop across the field.
We talk about keys of the game. One of the things that we didn't say is 3rd down conversions, and that is a huge 3rd down conversion for Grand Valley. A great job of running some intermediate routes, some crossing routes, getting Ferris State to move horizontally, their linebackers. As we take a look at the replay, good patience here by Avery. Looks off to his left, looks off the safety, and throws it underneath to Johnson for a big first down for the Lakers.
Sion Usma Harper in it, running back for GVSU. It's a delayed quarterback draw. Right up the chute goes Avery Moore. He's got a first down, bumbling his way to midfield.
Stumbling and bumbling is right. He did a good job of fouling his blockers right there. It's one of those plays where all the Laker fans are holding their breath as the quarterback makes that run upfield and gets a huge first down. Grand Valley and Coach Ian Shoemaker, the offensive coordinator, doing a great job of really mixing it up here offensively early in the game, keeping Ferris State on their heels.
That was a great lead block, by the way, by Usma Harper to clean up the middle linebacker. So they're right at midfield. Waning moments of the first quarter. They're going to hand it off to Usma Harper. Stutter stepping, shimmying his way for 3 to the Ferris State 47. Both teams have had the ball 2 times to start off the game, as we're down to a minute to go.
And both teams having a lot of success in the middle of the field from the 30 to the 30, moving the football well. It's when you get into the red zone, and I talked about it earlier, is where this game is going to be determined on who can have more success within the red zone. Grand Valley, every time they run the football on their basic plays, anytime they can get some positive yardage in the run game, Grand Valley thinks that's a success as well.
Might be the last play of the quarter, we'll see. Bulldogs showing edge pressure on the snap. Play action fake, more with time, pump fake, sets, throws one-on-one, looking for Jordan Johnson, jump ball, and it sails over his head, out of bounds, incomplete. Almost looked like there was bracket coverage there.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Not a bad throw. You either throw it to whether your receiver can get it or nobody can get it.
Well, that was just another out and up right there. You see the fake. He had the corner beat. He had safety coverage on the backside, a cover 2. Ferris State runs a lot of cover 2, cover 4, back shell defense, but they run a lot of man-to-man on the outside, and he had help on the outside. I think that was just a little bit of a missed throw by Avery right there. He had his guy open in the pocket if he could have found him.
Well, 3rd and 7 here. Let's see if the Lakers can convert again. Here comes pressure up the middle. It's a sweep to the left. Moore following his blockers. The surge. He's got the first down right at the sticks at the Ferris State 40-yard line. It should be a first down. Yes, it is. They're signaling the chain gang to move the sticks.
That mark was a little closer than I thought it was, but anyway, they gave him the first down, and again, Grand Valley moving the football as we end this first quarter.
An entertaining one, even though only 3 points were scored. But GVSU is in Bulldog territory, looking to possibly get their first lead of the game. It's 3-0 Ferris State heading to the second here from Allendale. We're back after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
In West Michigan, severe weather can strike at any second.
Which means staying up to date is crucial. That's why Storm Team 8 is always tracking and alerting.
Storm Track Live gives us the advanced tools needed to keep you safe and informed.
And we've got the fastest scans and local focus graphics to help you know where and when severe weather is happening.
And whether it's on air, online, or the Storm Team 8 weather app, you can always turn to us for the most accurate forecast.
That's why it's more than just a forecast. It's a Storm Team 8 forecast.
Pushing and shoving, and another Laker lineman is down. Oh, you don't want to see that. Down for GVSU, it looks like, is that Jeff Burton? 62, I thought I saw.
I didn't see the number.
Hopefully he's okay.
Sefa Pohea just does a great job of shooting the gap right there to make that tackle, and
it is Burton.
It is big 6'2".
So we'll see here. 3rd and 4 from the Bulldog 34. 4-man front for the Bulldogs. Eichelberger back in at running back for GVSU. Here comes an edge blitz. Rolling out to his right. Udengu steps up on a throwback. Oh, he had Kasu wide open, and he overthrew him incomplete. What a play design. It just wasn't executed.
Wow. You said it. Great play call, great execution other than the throw. Had him wide open on the backside. Not a Ferris defender anywhere in the house. A little delay Y action. One of my favorite calls in the world. And he steps up nicely to avoid the pressure. And before he even sees the receiver, he throws the football without identifying. And 4th and short. 4th and 3. Grand Valley is going to be forced to go for it right here with Eichelberger.
They're in that gray area. Ferris, you would expect to apply some heat here. Here they come. Udengu, short drop, sets, throws, down the sideline. It goes! Lynn Weichel incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs, and the Ferris defense gets a stop once again.
Alston Ware on the coverage out there does a nice job of forcing the receiver almost out of bounds and really has nowhere for Eichelberger to throw the football. And it was a little bit closer, I think, than Alston thought the ball was going to be, but a great job by Ferris State's defense, really holding it tight. And we'll take a good look at it right here. Ike going to the outside, and you see it right there. Alston kind of giving up on the play, but did his job at the front end, keep forcing the receiver out of bounds and nowhere really to throw the football.
Well, now the defense has to go back to work for GVSU. Still down 3-0. Katzer, the running back, to the left of Chambliss. Hard clap. Lakers don't jump. They'll check off to the sideline. Play clock down to 10. Ferris in that first quarter ran for 101 yards on 10 carries. On the snap, short drop, and I think it's a false start against Ferris State. It is.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, just a little bit of a flinch by the left guard there, forcing Ferris State into behind the chain situations. This is one of the things we talked about as one of the pregame keys, is trying to avoid the penalty. So far, it's been kind of a penalty-free game, other than Ferris defensively having a couple of big defensive penalties, but didn't hurt them. Grand Valley was not able to capitalize.
1st and 15 now from their own 29. On the snap, handoff, Katzer gets slowed down, keeping his footing, and like a whirling dervish, able to spin his way for a couple there. I don't know how he got 2 yards on that carry.
Well, Niles King on the backside, talk about hand strength right there. Just grabbed a little bit of jersey and was able to pull him down with one hand, or slow him down anyway, and allow his teammates to come in and make a play. But a good job by Niles King on the outside. We'll see it right here. He knifes in on that backside. He just grabs enough jersey. Look at that, on the shoulder pad, and able to bring him down.
2nd and 13 now. They go empty. Again, a 4-man front for GVSU. It's a jet sweep to the wide side, and Cardamone closes in on the ball carrier in O'Brien and cuts him down back at the original line of scrimmage. He might have saved a big play there.
Huge play, and O'Brien slow to get up. But Cardamone, we've talked about him over the last couple of weeks. He's the reigning defensive player of the week in the GLIAC. Does a nice job of getting to the feet right there of O'Brien and making a huge tackle to set up a 3rd and long situation for Ferris.
3rd and 10. You know GVSU is going to ramp up the heat here. They're showing edge pressure like they always do. Empty is Chambliss. Takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Steps up. Throws down the field. It's over the head of his intended target. Incomplete. No flags. No pass interference. Looked like guys just got their feet tangled up, and it's a stop for that Laker defense.
Yeah, great job on coverage right there. And like you said, just a little bit of feet coming up. Cam Underwood, the 6'2", 175-pound junior from Dearborn Heights, just got a little bit tangled up, but great coverage. And almost you could call that one a uncatchable ball, but there's no penalty, no foul right there. Great job defensively by Grand Valley.
You got 2 punt returners. Daryl Johnson and Kellen Reed back to receiver on their own 25. Middleton is punting. Again, here's some more window dressing from Ferris State. Here's the snap. It's a rollout. Line drive kick. This could be returnable. It's a great kick, though. Johnson backpedaling, gets at his own 10. Needs some blocks. Gets a couple. Bounces it left side. Nowhere to go. It's great coverage there by Ferris State as he's shy of the 15, as we'll keep it here. Still 3-0 Ferris State. GVSU has settled down defensively. Yeah. It's just a matter of the offense. They've had opportunities for big plays, haven't cashed in yet.
No, they got to make sure that they can be a little bit more patient. And then, with Ike in there, Dengwu, we'll see if Avery Moore is able to bounce off the mat right here and get back into the game. But be a little bit more patient offensively in the pocket and throwing the football. Gavin Cassou coming wide open on that backside. And I even think on the that throw that he had to the corner of the end zone, as we see Avery Moore coming back in at the quarterback position, but if he was a little bit more patient on that throw, he might have been able to make that completion.
So again, the Lakers pinned back deep inside their own 15. Running back is Usma Harper. On 1st down, play action fake. Moore has time, sets, throws on a comebacker. It's batted away. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Donovan Johnson, and that was swiped away by the cornerback. Good play there by Ware.
Yeah, Alston Ware does a nice job, but Johnson had that ball in his hands, and Alston Ware, with his size and his length, is able to knock that out of the hands. Little comeback route right there, and maybe something to set up for later. Little comeback route, maybe a little stop and go by Grand Valley, but a good job defensively by Ferris.
2nd and 10 for the Lakers at their own 12-yard line. Moore takes the snap, hands it off. It's Usma Harper. Gets what he can, gets 3 to the 15. It's going to set up 3rd and long after that hard-earned 3 yards by Usma Harper.
One of the things we're seeing right now by Ferris State is a little bit of rotation on that defensive front. They're very stout with their defensive tackle, stable against the run. We'll see if Grand Valley could try to take advantage of some new guys out there.
3rd and 7. Moore gets the snap. It's a 4-man rush. Pocket holds. Now it collapses. He evades one guy, rolls to his right, throws on the run. He's got his man Tierney. First down at the 40-yard line.
What a play right there. And that's all Avery Moore using his legs and his pocket presence in the pocket to extend that play. Nothing open early. It does it. Cody Tierney, the veteran, does a great job of finding the hole in the defense and settling in. We'll get a great look at it here from the end zone. See some pressure from the outside. Avery Moore in his strength steps outside. Drew Peterson stepping up to try to make a play. Look at that, Cody Tierney.
Now a jet sweep to Tierney to the boundary side, and he gets good yardage across the 45 to the 47. Gets 7 yards on first down. Yeah, you talk about Cody Tierney. Statistically speaking, yeah, he hasn't put up the big numbers, but from a leadership standpoint, he's been one of those key leaders this year, and all throughout his Laker career, he's just been a true pro.
100%. And that locker room, that wide receiver locker room is so deep. Nobody cares who gets the ball. So many guys making plays every single week, and it's next guy up, and it's fantastic.
There's Avery Moore, able to set up his blocks, a patient run, and he explodes for a first down into Bulldog territory inside the 40 to the 39. Here come the Lakers again.
Again, in between the 20s, Grand Valley's offense very, very effective. They're closing in on the red zone. We'll see if they can be effective when they get a little bit closer to the end zone. But right there, a great job of patience by Avery Moore, letting his blocker set it up, and does a great job in lowering his shoulder. He's just another weapon that you have to worry about in the run game.
1st and 10 on the snap. Handoff short side, Usma Harper, nowhere to go. He's spun down and crunched out of bounds after no gain. Good to see Usma Harper healthy. Got his first game action a few weeks ago against Northern Michigan. Didn't play at all last week against Saginaw Valley State, but I think it's just a matter of conditioning, getting him back into football shape.
Absolutely, and again, that running back room is deep, and you look at another guy that you can throw in week 6 and be effective. Right there, I think that was Sai Pohea. Does a nice job of just stringing that out. That defensive front's going to be tough to run against, and again, I said it earlier, anytime you can get positive yardage on a regular running play with your running back is a huge bonus for Grand Valley. They weren't able to get it there. They're going to have to manufacture some yards.
Now they're going to run a reverse. Kellen Reed, he's got blockers. Can he turn the corner? Steps inside. Sidesteps another. And he lost the football on the hit. It's loose on the deck. And I think Ferris State came up with it. They did. Boy, the potential for an electric run by Kellen Reed. Trying to do as much as he could, and at the last second, the ball came free on the hit.
That whole play was made by Justin Payout. The safety came up, read it well, came up, forced everything in. I think he may have even had the strip on the play. We'll take a good look at it right here on the outside. Kellen Reed just trying to make anything out of anything. He switches hands on the ball, and just the swipe right there. That was number 42 that made that play. Jalen Jones, the defensive back, makes a huge swipe of that ball and a huge turnover. We talked about it in the pregame. One of the things, penalties and turnovers are going to determine this game. Grand Valley having a lot of success on that drive, and a costly turnover right there by the Lakers.
So Ferris gets the ball back, still up 3-0 at their own 30. Chambliss takes the snap. Play action fake, sets, throws over the middle. He's got Brady Rose for a first down right at midfield.
Brady Rose was a question mark coming into this game with a foot injury. He does a nice job right there. He's been a Laker killer over the years. His dad played football here at Grand Valley as a safety, and he did a nice job of hitting that slant in that zone, and Trinidad Chambliss does a nice job of delivering that right on time for a big play for the Bulldogs.
So here comes Ferris State looking to make GVSU pay after the turnover right at midfield. It's by far their biggest play in the passing game in this game. Chambliss, bubble screen, Katzer gets it in stride, and he gets tripped up after a decent gain as he dives down to the 44 for 6.
Katzer, a really bruising kind of a back from Washington State. The transfer has got great hands. They use them a lot in the passing game, and you see it right there. Good job, a backwards throw. If that ball was incomplete, it would have been a lateral or a backwards pass and a fumble, but a nice job of collecting that for a good gain on first down for the Bulldogs.
Nearing the halfway mark of the second. 2nd and 4 for Ferris State. Chambliss leans in, takes the snap, short drop, steps up, he's in trouble, slips through a couple of tacklers and gets a yard gain. Boy, what could have been a 4 to 5 yard loss, he made something out of nothing, sets up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Lakers slow to get up there on the outside, but what a great job. I think that's Jamari Budd and the defensive lineman, but
Boy, Gilchrist had a shot. Budden had a shot.
The composure of Trinidad Chambliss in this game, his first game in this Anchor Bone Series Classic in front of this crowd, and what he's been able to do, really impressing me a lot in what he's been able to do for this Bulldog offense.
Now it's a handoff. Cats are bouncing at left side. A flag comes down. This might be coming back as he's a yard short. This is a big call. I think it's holding against Ferris State.
It's thrown right in that holding spot. It's either illegal hands of the face or a holding call, one of the two. And
yep, Ferris State's going backwards. This is a huge call. And you definitely want to take it. Yep, Scott Wooster says we're going to take the penalty.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
Yeah, you definitely want 3rd and 13 compared to 4th and 1.
No doubt.
So now it moves back all the way to the Ferris State 47. Now if you're that pass rush for GVSU, you want to get after it here.
You do, but you also want to be disciplined in your pass rush. We talked about that in the pregame, you and I off the camera. These guys have done such a great job. Niles King, the defensive ends, are doing a great job of really being disciplined in their pass rush, not allowing a guy like a fleet-footed Trinidad Chambliss to get outside and make something happen. So put pressure on them, stay in your passing lanes, make them get rid of the ball early, and allow your defensive coverage that you have a lot of trust in the Island boys to make a play.
Here we go on 3rd and 13, edge pressure, pocket collapses, rolling to his right, throws on the run. Is it a catch?
Wow, what a play.
It is a grab for a first down at the GVSU 39 by Cam Underwood.
Trinidad Chambliss feeling the pressure. He was doing a great job of extending his play with his feet. A little sidearm throw low into the middle, only where his receiver can catch, and a good catch by Underwood right there for a big first down for the Bulldogs. And again, Trinidad Chambliss, you know, he's a young guy, but he's showing a lot of maturity here in a big rivalry game.
So a fresh set of downs for the Bulldogs at the GVSU 39. Slot receiver goes in motion. Quarterback draw. Boy, it looked like a Laker got lassoed to the ground, and there goes Chambliss angling outside the numbers, and he trots out of bounds for decent yardage for a pickup of 8. Boy, I saw a Laker defensive lineman get rodeoed down. There was no flag.
Now, I think Grand Valley also was looking for an offside. Yeah, Thomas Jolly just getting held there in the middle, and Grand Valley talked about it a little bit. These offensive linemen for Ferris like to use those hands a little bit, but no call on that play. But I think Grand Valley's offensive line on the other side of the ball was looking for an offsides call. Nothing happened, and a big pickup for Ferris State. 2nd and short. Watch for a big play, a big shot here by Ferris State going deep here.
Play clock down to 3. Chambliss has got to go, and he just gets it off. Here comes an overload blitz. Sets, throws, corner route, incomplete. Over the head of Brett, the slot receiver. It's going to set up 3rd and 2. On the coverage there for GVSU is Kobe Hayward.
Tariq Brett looking for a holding call right there. Hayward just doing a great job of running with the receiver. They tried to run a little combo route, a little short stop route on the outside with an over the top on by the slot receiver, and Grand Valley was there defensively. 3rd and short here.
From the 31. Again, they go empty. Student section, as they go into the student section, making some noise. Play clock down to 1. They got to go. They just get it off. Quarterback draw up the middle, getting the first down and a couple extra yards as Chambliss inside the 30 down to the 27. Almost was a delay of game.
We've seen this a lot with Ferris State, how they love to run that quarterback draw. Carlson Gulker was their guy, Carson, and he got injured at Lake Erie early in the season, broken leg, out for the season. They've used a different other guys, Ahern, but they let Trinidad Chambliss run that play, and they've had a lot of success with it. They get the first down, moving into the red zone for Grand Valley.
So now, as we're under 5 minutes, GVSU gets the football to start the second half. Ferris State would love to melt down as much time as possible. Brady Rose in motion again. Again, the quarterback draw, and this time he's tripped up from behind as Chambliss. Just 2 yards down to the 25, and there's Niles King again crashing down to make that stop.
Thomas Jolly and Niles King doing a great job of converging on the quarterback right there, and that's a play that's been very, very successful for Ferris State. I don't think Trinidad Chambliss has been used to getting this much heat on him and this much pressure on him, but again, the young man has done a great job of not making the big mistake with the pressure that Grand Valley has been able to put on the quarterback.
2nd and 8, down to 4 minutes to go. Again, empty is Chambliss. Sends the H-back in motion. On the snap, has plenty of time, sets, throws down the sideline, again well over the head of his intended target, Jeremiah Lee. Incomplete. Great coverage once again by the Island boys.
Yeah, the outside right there, that was a great job of coverage.
It was Therese Reed on the coverage.
And just, again, you talk about forcing the receiver that close to the sidelines. You really give the quarterback nowhere to throw the football. As a receiver, you want to beat your guy so that you give your quarterback 6-7 yards to throw the ball on the outside. When you're a defensive back, you could force them that close to the sidelines. There's nowhere for the quarterback to throw. And both defenses, both from Ferris and Grand Valley, have done a great job on the wide receivers and executing.
Third down, GVSU's defense, one of the best in the country. The third down defense. Chambliss takes the snap, bubble screen, nothing doing! Brady Rose is blown up by Kobe Hayward. Wow!
You think Kobe Hayward was watching some film this week? Holy cow, he saw the tendency. I saw him coming out of a cannon, beating 3 different blockers to get up and make that play. Wow, what a play right here. You'll get a good look at it here as Trinidad goes right out to the outside, and a good job by Rose of just hanging on to the football as he is met with a vengeance by Hayward.
So Mitch Middleton, the 2-time GLIAC Special Teams Player of the Week, on to attempt a 45-yard field goal. Looking to make it 6-0. Rose is the holder. He was slow to get up after that hit. Play clock's down to 2, 1, and a timeout Ferris State. Boy, Tony Anise was fortunate to realize the play clock was going down as we keep it here.
Yeah, Tony does not, Coach Anise does not want his kicker to have to kick another additional 5 yards. It's more of a mental thing than it is anything else, but does a good job of recognizing that the play clock was running down and uses his second timeout of the half. We talked about it earlier. Ferris used a timeout where they didn't feel comfortably defensively in their set, and Coach Anise and his staff, they're very acumen and realize, and they use a lot of timeouts in the first half to make sure that they're set in situations, not worried about utilizing or saving the timeouts like they do in the second half.
Middleton in the first quarter made a 28-yard field goal. It's a little bit longer, obviously. Not a lot of wind. If you want to say he's got the wind with him, yes, but there's not much there. So again, 45 yards.
Coach Anise has faked in these situations before, so.
And GVSU's playing it very safe on the field goal block. Again, Rose the holder. Snap is a good one, hold us down, kick is up, line drive kick, and he got it. He's 2 for 2. It's now 6-0 Bulldogs with 3:03 to go in the first half from Allendale. We'll take another timeout. Laker offense looking to get things going after this here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Whether you've set personal goals or are just making your health and well-being a priority, NovaCare is here for you. NovaCare is your trusted physical therapy partner for recovering from aches and pains, gaining strength, and preventing injury. There's no better time to make NovaCare's movement experts part of your healthcare team. To learn more about the benefits of physical therapy and get on the road to recovery and wellness, schedule an appointment today at novacare.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
Where can you find top name brand products at low local prices? Only at Nawara Brothers Home Store. Our expert staff will work with you to select the perfect appliance, mattress, or TV that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Innovation and quality are built into every GE kitchen and laundry appliance. Save big on the latest GE appliances now at Nawara Brothers.
Feel the difference today and get more at Nawara Brothers Home Store. Nawara Brothers Home Store, family owned and operated since 1948.
There's regular cold, and then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell back with you inside Lubbers Stadium. 21st edition of the Anchorbone Classic. GVSU leads the series, 12 wins to 8 setbacks. They've won it the last 2 years. Right now it's Ferris State, the visitors, on top 6-0 after a couple of field goals from Mitchell Middleton. He'll kick it off straight away Kellen Reed to the goal line. He's going to take it out. Floating over to his left, bouncing it outside. He's got the sideline, and he's out at the 35 before Middleton, the kicker, tackles him out of bounds. Decent return there by Kellen Reed. He can explode at any moment.
It's funny how you look at him. He's just kind of jogging. He's just setting everything up, and then he just plants a foot and just takes off. And exciting returner. It has a kick return already this year for a touchdown, and explosive player. But now Grand Valley with just under 3 minutes here. See if they can set something up to get some points on the board, which will go a long way. As like you said earlier, they're going to get the ball coming out at a halftime.
Plenty of time. You technically have 4 timeouts. That includes the 2-minute timeout. Ferris State only has 1 timeout remaining in this half. Eichelberger to the running back. Moore punches over, takes the snap. It's a 4-man rush. Plenty of time. Bobbing, throwing down the sideline for Tierney, and it's picked off.
Wow.
Picked off by Alston Ware at the 32-yard line. Second turnover of the ball game for GVSU.
That was a great throw and a great opportunity. Cody Tierney looked like he developed some separation at the end, and Alston Ware just goes up and snags the ball out of the air. Just a great play defensively right there. I think that Cody Tierney thought he had enough separation. The ball was going to get over his head, that he was going to be able to make a play. But Alston Ware goes up and high points that ball and makes a huge turnover for the Bulldogs. And now the Bulldogs are set to put some more points up on the board. In the sudden change situation we talked about earlier, Grand Valley's defense has been really, really good on sudden change situations. We'll see if they can't get a turnover on their own.
So here come the Bulldogs with that potent passing attack. Katzer, the running back to the left of Chambliss. They'll motion him out. On the snap, little bubble screen to Brett, and there's Hayward again to bring another bubble screen down, this time for a yard loss.
Ferris might want to think about not running that quick screen over to Hayward's spot. He's doing a great job of reading that coming up and making that play. Does it again here.
Ferris will have to snap it once more before the 2-minute timeout. Right now, defensively for GVSU, they're playing about as good a football as you can given the adversity that has hit them in this first half. 2nd and 11. On the snap. Handoff. Katzer cuts it back. Look out. He's got room to the second level, and he's able to lean ahead and get a first down to the 43-yard line. That should take us to the 2-minute timeout. It will.
That was a big play right there because it determines whether Ferris State is really going to be aggressive, put the pedal to the metal right now, get that first down. And now, with 2 minutes left, they still have a timeout. Look for them to try to be a little bit more aggressive offensively and try to put some more points on the board before this halftime.
We'll take a break. We're back after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Back-to-school snacks on sale at Family Fare. With card, Cheez-Its, Kellogg's Club, or Townhouse crackers are 2 for $5 with digital coupon. And 3-pound bags of Clementine mandarins or navel oranges, just $1.99. Family Fare, in your neighborhood.
Okay, are you ready? You're all set.
Hi there, I'm here to help. Not only do we have the largest network of doctors and hospitals in Michigan, we also make sure access to the care you need is right at your fingertips.
I think we made a lot of progress today. You have really come a long way. You should be proud of yourself.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, always ready to help.
DTE knows everyone has a preferred setting. Some like it cool, others warmer. Some like things slow, and others like it ASAP. Long, hot soak, or quick rinse. But whether it's a slow simmer or a fast boil, DTE makes sure that safe, reliable, cleaner natural gas is there for you, making every setting the perfect one. DTE.
Back-to-school meals begin at Family Fare with card. Save on boneless chuck roast or steak, $3.99 limit 2. Buy one, get one half off 85% lean ground beef, boneless pork chops, or Oscar Mayer sliced bacon. Family Fare, in your neighborhood.
Ferris State ball, 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line with a timeout left as they're up 6-0 in the Anchor Bone Classic. Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell with you. Chambliss with his running back to his right sends a slot receiver in motion. Deep drop, has time, sets, throws, incomplete. Looking for Brett again. And he has been pleading for a flag all game long, and he's not getting one. They're letting him play.
There was some congestion there in the middle of that defense. Grant Hart does a nice job of just running with the receiver all the way across. They brought a triple bunch, and they brought the outside guy all the way across underneath, trying to use some confusion and some manipulation and trying to get that receiver over under the middle. But Grant Hart just does a nice job of clearing all that and running step for step.
2nd and 10. The clock will stop momentarily after every first down. Under 2 minutes in each half. Lakers showing edge pressure. Here they come. Chambliss on a quick out route to Brett on 2 knees. Makes a grab just for 2 yards, though. He had to rush that throw. It's going to set up 3rd and 8 as the clock maneuvers down to almost 100 seconds.
Yeah, you'd wonder if Grand Valley and Coach Wooster would take a timeout to try to get the ball back with some time left on the clock on this 3rd down conversion, but they allow the clock to run out right here, trying to see if their defense can hold right here. They don't want to give Ferris State any more time and opportunity if they're able to convert on this 3rd down.
3rd and 8. They got to get a first down at the GVSU 47. Play clock down to 10. Chambliss alone in the gun. Got to watch the quarterback draw here. It's down to 5.
Showing man-to-man across the way. Cover 0. We'll see if Grand Valley stops out, and Ferris.
They have to burn their last time out. Tony Anise is none too pleased. We'll keep it here with $1:10 to go till halftime. 6-0 Ferris. 2 field goals by Mitchell Middleton.
I think the coverage was the thing that really confused Ferris State and their offensive staff. 0 safety in the background, man-to-man offense or man-to-man all on the outside. Grand Valley bringing pressure. I think Tony Anise and his offensive staff didn't feel comfortable with what they had set up as far as the protection with what Grand Valley was about to bring. Now, whether Grand Valley was going to bring that pressure or it was disguising, Jim Lewis and his staff does a good job of forcing the timeout by Ferris State.
So as a reset, 3rd and 8 for Ferris State at their own 45. It's been a game defensively. We talked about it moments ago. GVSU hanging in there. They've really settled down after that first drive from Ferris State. Offensively, it's been missed opportunities. They've had opportunities for some big plays, and they've also turned the football over twice. 3rd and 8. Crowd comes to life here at Lover Stadium. Cats are in at the running back. Lakers again showing that patented edge pressure. Cardamone and Jimmy Downs on the edges. Slot receiver going in motion. It's a rollout. Now reverse pivots. Chambliss in deep trouble. Throws it on a throwback. Look out. He's got Katzer wide open. He's able to slip a tackler. He's got a first down the sideline, and he keeps the drive going. Boy, I thought that play was in deep trouble. But that's a heck of a job by Chambliss to wait till the very last second to find his running back wide open.
It almost makes you wonder if that was planned. If they were looking to run a fake screen up the middle, allow Chambliss to use his feet to really develop. We'll take a good look at it right here. Sprint out left. He's looking right. Nothing's open there. Nope, that was just a broken play. Cancer does a great job of finding an open spot and getting big yards for a big Ferris State first down.
Now they're going to run a jet sweep to Brett to the boundary. Out of bounds he goes, close to the 30. Clock will stop after going out of bounds. Ferris State does not have any timeouts left. Yeah, what can you do? I mean, Niles King was bearing down on him. It's a game of inches sometimes.
Well, again, Chambliss just showing some composure. A young guy who's stepping up in his first Anchorbone Classic and making some plays. This is one of the keys of the game, was trying to force him into some quicker decisions and making him try to make some mistakes, and he hasn't made a mistake yet today, and instead he's extended plays with his feet and done a great job of really making some big plays for Ferris to set up some field goals.
2nd and 4 from the GVSU 31. Play clock down to 5. Again, slot receiver in motion. Quarterback draw. Chambliss. Look out. There he goes. He's gone. 10-5 touchdown. Ferris State. Trinidad Chambliss from 31 yards out doubles the advantage to 12-0.
Wow, Grand Valley selling out against the run right there and just left a little gap open. Chambliss finds it, uses his athleticism and his speed, and a huge touchdown for Ferris going into the half with 48 seconds left, extending this lead to 12-0. Grand Valley really has to find something coming out of the halftime to answer, but give Chambliss a lot of credit. We've given him a lot of love here in the first half, and he does it again right there with his feet.
Yeah, it's been his feet in the first half. The extra point is up and good by Middleton. It's now 13-0. We'll keep it here, 48 seconds. Your GVSU, you got 3 timeouts. Maybe you try and make something happen here, but yeah, GVSU showed that edge blitz, and Ferris State burned him right up the middle.
Yeah, Jolly just got pushed out of his zone right there. Just a little bit of a slant, and a good job by the offensive line for Ferris, exposing that hole, and nobody on the backside as Grand Valley was selling out on the outside as far as man-to-man coverage, and no one could account for Trinidad Chambliss, and they do a great job of exploiting. And we'll see the adjustments that the coaching staff, offensive coordinator Ian Shoemaker's got to come up with some wrinkles and something to come back and put some points on the board offensively. Defensively, like you said, Grand Valley's done a good job just bending and not breaking. They broke right there. We'll see if they can make some adjustments again defensively to really hold Ferris to limited yards and limited scoring opportunities, because they're going to need all of them for Grand Valley to get back in this game in the second half.
Well, those are big points. Those are points off of turnovers.
Yep.
Avery Moore throws that pick on the very first play of their most recent drive, and Ferris State was able to make them pay. So here's Middleton. Let's see if GVSU can break a decent return here to put them in position to get some points. Let's see if they even kick to Kellen Reed or Daryl Johnson. Here's the approach and the boot. And they're going to test him. Let's see if he boots it deep enough, though. It's going to go over the head. Kellen Reed in the end zone for a touchback. Running the football, Ferris State with 170 yards on the ground compared to 79 for GVSU. And let's see what Scott Wooster does here.
Yeah, a lot of those yards are quarterback yards running. Like, they haven't had the traditional running back yards, Ferris State, but they've done a great job of running their quarterback in some jet sweep situations. Let's see if Coach Wooster, Coach Shoemaker, offensive coordinator, and his staff push the envelope here with 48 seconds. They still have a couple of timeouts, I believe.
All three of
them.
But they're lining up in the victory formation. They're just going to take a knee and try and regroup here, Bob. There's a snap, there's the knee. And hang on, we got flags. This normally is too many men on the field for Ferris, for the defense. Let's count here. Yeah, 12 men on the field for Ferris State on a kneel down.
Connor Neer, the middle linebackers, looking around and just questioning, like, why do we have
illegal substitution? 12 players on the defense. That penalty's declined. Second down.
So Scott Wooster's just going to decline the penalty, and he just wants to get to the locker room. So it's looking like it's going to be 13-0 Ferris State going into the halftime locker room. Here's another kneel down coming up. All you have to do is snap it one more time. And you're definitely seeing some very frustrated faces for GVSU, especially offensively. And the crowd doesn't like the fact that they're taking some kneel downs with a full complement of timeouts. Yeah. But big second half coming up for GVSU, down 13-0. Bob, your initial thoughts?
Well, again, defensively, we knew it was going to be a defensive battle. Both defenses have played phenomenal. Ferris State has really done a great job of utilizing the quarterback to run the jet sweeps and taking advantage. We said it in the pregame. It's going to be penalties and turnovers. Grand Valley with 2 key turnovers and not capitalizing, like you said, on some opportunities they had on the offensive side. So we'll see if Grand Valley can regroup, take advantage of some of those offensive plays that they had designed and played, and put some points up on the board.
13-0 Ferris State at the half in the Anchorbone Classic. Our halftime coverage from Lubbers Stadium is coming your way next here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Welcome to Ziegler Granville, your premier destination for an exceptional car buying experience. Why choose Ziegler Granville? Our wide selection of top quality vehicles ensures you'll find the perfect match for your lifestyle. Our knowledgeable and friendly staff are here to guide you every step of the way, making the process smooth and stress-free. Plus, with our state-of-the-art service center, your vehicle will always be in top condition. Experience the difference at Ziegler Granville. Visit us today and drive home happy.
When you turn on the TV and you turn on the 7, you can smile, but you can also get the important news that you need.
The 7 has carved out a space to be positive. Part of our goals is how can we share all that in a unique way?
It really puts us in the community. We get to meet so many great people, and we think about all those people. We think about the community that's out there watching us when we're delivering news and weather that those people need.
We've been having a lot of fun doing that. It's content that really can't be found anywhere else.
Want to learn more about the vibrant people in this community? Check out Living West Michigan.
where we will visit so many captivating places.
Uncovering the remarkable things we can find right here in West Michigan.
We've reached halftime here at Lubbers Stadium. The Anchorbone Classic, second straight year it's been in Allendale. Brian Fongers with you at the half here. Number 3 Ferris State holds a 13-0 lead over number 1 Ferris State. As we roll through some first half highlights that was. And it was a first half that was pretty much dominated in every statistical category by Ferris State as they got off to a running start, running the football. Here on their opening drive after receiving the opening kick, there's Trinidad Chambliss, who has been a weapon with his feet, getting into the red zone. But GVSU's defense, for the most part in that first half, stiffened up in the red zone and forced Ferris State to kick a couple of field goals. That one made it 3-0. There's a nice play there by Anthony Cardamone on the jet sweep. Avery Moore able to slip a would-be sacker in the backfield, finding Cody Tierney down the football field. But GVSU offensively, just when you thought they would get some things going, they would turn the football over. Here's one here by Kellen Reed on a reverse. Able to juke his way around defenders, but ball security was a big problem there. Lost it, Ferris State recovered. And here came the Bulldogs again after that fumble recovery, getting into Laker territory. Chambliss able to make a key first down with his arm. But again, GVSU's defense would batten down the hatches, and Middleton would kick a longer field goal compared to the first one and drill it to make it 6-0 Bulldogs. Then, after GVSU got the ball back, first play from scrimmage, Avery Moore throws a pick. Great play there, looking for Cody Tierney. And again, points off of turnovers. Ferris State has 10 points off of 2 GVSU turnovers. Here's a little broken play throwback screen to the running back, Katzer, and he gallops his way into Laker territory, and then Chambliss again setting up his blocks, able to break free into the second level, untouched. Touchdown Ferris State. It's been all Bulldogs so far, up 13-0. We'll continue more of our halftime coverage here from Lubbers Stadium after this here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
I'm so thankful for my resolve that I did not feel out of place, despite the fact that I'm the first woman of color, even to hold the position. And again, only the 14th woman in history to serve on the Michigan Supreme Court. I know how important it is, and I'm just so honored and so glad to be there, making really important decisions for Michiganders. Do I feel, from my psychology days, imposter syndrome? And the answer is no. I don't. I know that I deserve to be there. I know what it took to get to this point. And I know that I am the best person, especially operating now, for the job. It feels wonderful to be back on campus. The energy just radiates off this campus of inclusion and equity. And it was a wonderful moment to be able to speak about my experiences and my journey, which largely included Grand Valley. Professor Bloomrick was my English professor. I minored in English. And I remember being in her office, and I really felt I should be doing something different. And she said, I think law school would be great for you. It's always been really important to me to build relationships, and I think everything else stems from that. Even if you have a difference of opinion or a difference of process, if you know the person, you can probably get to a common ground. That was my goal going in, is just have conversations, get to know people, and then figure out what things we could work on together. And that was really, really helpful for me to be able to get bills passed and to do the work for my community in a really robust way. How could I make sure that families saw justice in a way that my family didn't see justice? I feel a sense of pride at how far my family has been able to come in just a few generations, from lynching to law school, and from injustice to capital J justice. So I just feel a sense of pride for how far we've been able to come, the progress we've been able to make, but still realizing how far we have to go. that's why it's so important for my daughter to see not just me, but other people in positions of power that really care about people, that are empathetic, that are compassionate, and that are looking for progress. I just hope that she grows up in a world seeing people that look like her. I didn't want her to get to her adulthood never seeing a Black woman on Michigan Supreme Court like I had to.
University of Michigan Health West is here to help you stay in the game. No matter what kind of athlete you are, the region's premier sports medicine program is here to help you stay on the move. With decades of experience in sports medicine care at 5 of our health centers, our team of highly skilled physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers provide treatments for injuries, joint pain, or whatever is holding you back. University of Michigan Health West is the official sports medicine provider of GVSU Athletics. More at ufmhealthwest.org/locations.
Introducing Omni from Grand Valley State University. GVSU Omni offers a transformative approach to higher education, blending flexible learning with the reliability of physical campuses across Michigan. Our network of campuses ensures that education is accessible no matter where you are in the state. We understand the struggles adult learners face, and that's why Omni offers flexible pacing to help you balance family and work commitments while honoring and maximizing your lived and earned experience. Omni is your path to degree, badge, and certificate completion, with real-time employment and career opportunities in mind. At Omni, education is fast-tracked, boundless, and always on time. Your pathway to success starts here with Omni from Grand Valley State University.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
Continuing along with our halftime coverage from Lovers Stadium, Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell. Number 3, Ferris State on top of number 1, Grand Valley State. Anchorbone Classic 13-0. And Bob, as we look at the first half stats from both sides, what sticks out to you?
I think it's the rushing. I think Grand Valley being held to only 73 yards and Ferris State getting 170, and a lot of those 83 by the quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss, and him being able to escape and make some plays with his feet. I think Grand Valley's defense is going to have to do something to try to limit him, and offensively, Grand Valley's got to figure something out in regards to, we talked about in the pregame, I think they got to do a little bit more on first and second down in the passing game to set up some success in the running game.
10 points for Ferris State off of those 2 critical turnovers for Grand Valley State, helping them catapult themselves to a 13-0 lead. Before we take another break, Bob, Now that you had some time to breathe a little bit here, how about some keys going into the second half, especially for GVSU trying to figure things out offensively?
Well, I think, first of all, they get the ball leading here, coming out in the second half. They're going to have to put some points on the board. They're going to have a successful drive coming out to give their team and their offense and their defense some life and really feel and feed this energy of this crowd. The crowd's quiet. Now, Ferris State has done a great job of quieting this crowd, so they're going to have to come out here in the second half and really have an effective first drive and put some points up on the board. But I think a lot of it's going to be with the passing game. They're going to have to figure out something because Grand Valley has just had no success running the football, so they're going to have to do something to dial up the passing game.
Take another timeout. We'll get the thoughts from head coach Scott Wooster in just a couple of minutes. Again, 13-0 Ferris State, our halftime score. More halftime coverage from Lover Stadium after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal.
Find in a Laker. The 616 is the home of the Lakers. It's where champions are built. We need to help shape our next chapter. Are you ready to make an impact? Are you ready to join our team? Support GVSU Athletics today. Anchor up.
Yeah, he sheds a little. And he barks at the mailman. But for trustworthy, nobody beats Archie. Except maybe the guys at Cool Toyota. They made me feel like part of the family the second I walked in the door. Then they gave me a great deal backed by their 10-year, million-mile warranty. Want to go for a million-mile walk, boy? Nah, I didn't think so. Wherever I'm going, I let Cool Toyota take me there.
News 8 puts you in the huddle with Football Frenzy. Tailgate with Daybreak in the morning and get highlights all night with Jack Doles and News 8 Sports. From the fans to the field, Football Frenzy and the Frenzy Tailgate deliver all the action. Impressive students, impressive plays, and the biggest moments of the night. It's Football Frenzy, only on Wood TV 8. Brought to you by Meyer.
Almost time for second half action in the Anchorbone Classic. Brian Fonger's Bob Mitchell at the half. Number 3 Ferris State with a 13-0 lead over number 1 Grand Valley State as we are awaiting head coach Scott Wooster. Bob, we'd be remiss if we forgot to talk about this. This game obviously has national significance when it comes to the rankings and whatnot, but this also has GLIAC implications as well because these are the 2 remaining teams that are unbeaten in GLIAC play right now.
Right. I mean, the first goal every year, and both coaching staffs will tell you, is to win the conference, win the GLIAC, and Grand Valley's been able to do that the last 2 years. So this is a huge, huge game in regards to that, winning the GLIAC, winning the Anchorbone Trophy, getting that Anchorbone Trophy back in your clubhouse, and so far Ferris State's done a great job of bringing that back. But like you said, moving forward, it's a big deal. Ferris State with 1 loss already, another loss with the way Region 3 is going, you could push them potentially out of the playoff race. And Grand Valley with 1 loss will most likely get in if they can win out. But again, it all determines on who's going to hold home field advantage here in the playoff situation, which is another big thing. And it's frustrating as a Grand Valley and Ferris State fan to know that no matter what happens today, we're going to see each other in a couple weeks.
We've got head coach Scott Wooster standing by with our very own Christiana Rosa. Christiana, take it away.
Coach, not the first half that you wanted, but had time to reevaluate, reassess. What's going to be key for a comeback second half?
No, the biggest thing is offensively, we're moving the football, just got to put it in the end zone.
false start, bobbled snap, drive, and then basically 2 turnovers. Went for it on 4th down there too. So we haven't had the punt team out there, so we're moving the ball. Just gotta finish in the paint, and then defensively, awesome about 2/3 of that first half, and then just let up the points late.
Yeah, defense is what held you guys together in that first half. How do you plan to remain consistent?
No, that's just who we've been, right? And we'll just lean on them a little bit and have each other's backs there.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christiana. 13-0 Ferris State. We'll take a quick break. GVSU to get the ball to start the second half, down 13-0. Back after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network. Well, Bob, last week in the Battle of the Valleys at Saginaw, GVSU trailed the Cardinals 9-3. They went on to win that game 16-9, outscoring the Cardinals 13-0. They're going to need that kind of rally here in the second half if they hope to come back from this 13-0 deficit in the Anchorbone Classic. As we are back live from Lubber Stadium, Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell. GVSU, Bob, we'll get the football to start the second half. This is a big first drive to get the second half going.
Without a doubt. And you said it earlier. Grand Valley hasn't been without adversity here this year. Colorado Pueblo, a tough football game. They've had their backs to the wall against Wisconsin lacrosse. And again last week, like you said, against Saginaw Valley. So Grand Valley's is not afraid and has been in this situation. And again, I think like you and I had talked about off the air, but again on the air as well in regards to this drive. This drive's important for Grand Valley, their offense, not only to give their offense some confidence, put some points up on the board, but also to give the team and this crowd some life to get back into this football game.
The dangerous Kellen Reed getting set to return the opening second half kickoff. Middleton will tee the ball up at his own 35 for Ferris State. Got to give credit where credit is due. Ferris State, Bob, was the better football team in the opening 30 minutes of play. Let's see what adjustments GVSU has made, especially offensively, going into the second half here.
Coach Ian Shoemaker, the offensive coordinator, his first Anchorbone Classic, his first battle in these trenches. We'll see, like you said, what kind of adjustments, what he can do offensively to really get Grand Valley a little bit more tempo and confidence and a little bit more rhythm offensively here in the second half.
Second half is underway. The approach and the kick. End over end kick. This is returnable. Reed actually is just going to let it sail over his head. Rolls out of the end zone for a touchback. Lakers will get the ball at their own 25-yard line. You look at the stats for Avery Moore in the first half. 2 of 6 passing, 49 yards. And that crucial pick that resulted in the only touchdown of the game so far. Running the football, he leads the Lakers. 7 carries, 43 yards.
Yeah, and that throw was not a horrible throw. It was just an interesting, as we see, Ika Dengu is going to be the quarterback coming out here in the second half, which means Avery Moore must have gotten banged up in some sort of fashion to not be able to come out here after a full half to try to recover.
So Udengu with Eichelberger, the running back. They're going to hand it off to Eichelberger on the cutback. He's able to lean forward and get 4 yards to the 29. I see Avery Moore on the sideline next to his coaches, no helmet on. We'll see.
This puts a lot of pressure on that offensive line to try to make something happen in the running game. Ike Dengwu, who's been on campus since this fall, didn't have last spring to really soak in this whole offense. It's a complex offense. It takes about a year to really soak it in as a quarterback, and he's coming out here to try to make something happen.
2nd and 6 for Udengwu. Takes the snap. Short drop. Rolls to his right. He's got room to run. He's going to set and throw, though he's got Kellen Reed, and it's just out of his reach, incomplete. Whoa, he had a lot of space to run. If he would have tucked it and ran, he decided to throw it. Nothing doing. It's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that would have been a tough throw. Jacarvius Alexander had a great job of the under coverage. Had to throw it over his head, and he's 6'1" and long-armed, and to try to put it over his head. And like you said, he had plenty of room to run, potentially even for the first down. And coaching staff might get in his ear a little bit to not be afraid to put the football down, get that first down, and move those chains.
3rd and 6 now. On the snap. Short drop. Sets. Throws. Back shoulder. Incomplete. There's a flag. It's going to be pass interference, as getting grabbed at was Donovan Johnson in front of the Lakers sideline.
Yeah, a little bit. Austin Ware has done a great job today. He had that early interception, just a little bit too much jersey all the way down the sidelines right there.
Defense number 22.
And I think that what happened
penalty. Automatic first down.
when Johnson went out to the outside for that back shoulder throw, you could see right here, we'll have a great view of it. The shoulder pads were turned and just too much grabbing on the outside. A huge penalty against the Bulldogs there.
5 penalties for 60 yards against Ferris State. GVSU just 1 penalty, that false start early in the game. That's been it. But now the Lakers get that benefit of a flag and a fresh set of downs at their own 44. Udengwu claps, takes the snap, hands it off. Eichelberger, not much there. He's bottled up and shoved backwards after just a yard. The last 2 games for Eichelberger have been tough sledding. Leading rusher still in the GLIAC, but he hasn't been able to get much going here so far today.
Yeah, we talked about those 2 defensive tackles, Darren Irving Bay and Victor Nelson. They are 2 of the best in the country, and they really did a good job right there plugging up the middle. Grand Valley not having a lot of success. We talked about you and I in the pregame in regards to having success running up the middle. It's usually a quick hitter, being under center and running a trap. Those long delay plays aren't going to really happen.
Now we're going to get a false start. I may have jinxed Jalen Caldwell. He's been called for both penalties today.
77. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
2nd and 14 now at their own 40.
Arnold Saboff, the defensive end right there, is a guy trying to get out to the edge right there, and Caldwell just jumped a little bit early as he is in a spread 9 technique way outside, and it puts a lot of pressure on the offensive tackle when they're that far out that you know you got to really drop that left foot as a left tackle and get deep and make sure you get protection for your quarterback.
On 2nd and long, Udengwu takes the snap. It's a 4-man rush. Steps up, wants to run. Trying to cut it back. Look out, got to be careful with ball security as he reaches out. Only gets a couple to the 42. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, this is exactly what Ferris State wants defensively, putting Grand Valley in a 3rd and long situation. Watch for them to bring some pressure as we take another look at the run right here. Set up originally pretty good, but a good job by the linebacking core right there to stay taut, and that was Jason Williams right there that brought down to Udengwu.
Ferris State faithful across the way, making noise on 3rd and long. Let's see what Udengwu can do. Daryl Johnson goes in motion on the snap. Little twist game up front. Udengwu steps up, throws. He's got his man for a first down. What a comeback route there by Jordan Johnson. They needed 12, got 13 to the Bulldog 45.
Great job by Johnson in getting to the sticks, too. You see it so often. Younger receivers come back a little bit too early and don't get to the sticks to get that first down because the defensive back was right there to make the tackle, but a huge first down for Grand Valley.
Boy, looking to see if GVSU may have caught Ferris State with too many men. Now it's a jet sweep to the boundary. Cody Tierney, there he goes. It's a foot race. Breaks free. 10, 5, touchdown, GVSU. 45 yards, Cody Tierney for 6.
Wow. What a great job of blocking on the outside, and Coney Tierney, we've talked his name up all year, comes up with the big play for the Lakers, and you and I talked about it at halftime, about how important that drive was for the Lakers to come out and put some points up on the board. And Ike Dengwu, the backup quarterback, comes out and leads his team to a touchdown. As Cody Tierney with the shoulder pad flapping in the wind gets a huge touchdown for the Lakers.
Basic on to attempt the extra point. Hold is down, kick is up, good. What an answer for GVSU. They needed that in the biggest way possible. It's down to a one-possession game, 13-7 Ferris State. Don't go away. We've got plenty of football coming your way here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
In West Michigan, severe weather can strike at any second.
Which means staying up to date is crucial. That's why Storm Team 8 is always tracking an alert.
Storm Track Live gives us the advanced tools needed to keep you safe and informed.
And we've got the fastest scans and local focus graphics to help you know where and when severe weather is happening.
And whether it's on air, online, or the Storm Team 8 weather app, you can always turn to us for the most accurate forecast.
That's why it's more than just a forecast. It's a Storm Team 8 forecast.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
6 plays, 75 yards in under 3 minutes. That's GVSU, their first touchdown and first points. It's now 13-7. Ferris State just underway in the second half. Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell. And we talked about Cody Tierney, who had that jet sweep for a touchdown in the first half. Just a true pro. Good for him to have a moment like that in this magnitude of a game that it is.
Without a doubt, the kid has been a true professional ever since he's been here from Northview High School, right around the corner. And he has been, like I said, the leader of that wide receiver room. Had a big year last year. Quiet year this year so far, but what a huge play for him and for the Lakers.
Here's Brett on the return from his own 5. Following his blockers, cuts it back. Look out, now it's a foot race. He's got speed, and he could go. Trying to get past the kicker, and Basic is able to chase him down, but not before Brett, after he took a hard hit, and he's not getting up right now, is able to sprint it all the way down. Looks like to the GVSU 24-yard line, and again, like I said, he's not getting up. Now he just got up.
What an answer, though, by Ferris State and their special teams, just doing a great job using the speed and just got one guy out of his lane and hit that exact lane and used his speed to get to the outside. And now Ferris State almost in the red zone here. We'll call it the pink zone here at the 25-yard line. But, man, what an answer by Ferris, and what a heartbreaker there for Grand Valley. They just get themselves back into the game with a huge drive to lead the second half, and they give up that big play on special teams.
From the 24, Chambliss sends Brady Rose in motion, and now we get a false start. Well, that's one way to slow things down a bit.
False start. Offense number 6. 5-yard penalty. First down.
James Gilbert there. Got a couple of Mona Shores products lined up on the same side of the formation there, and Brady Rose and James Gilbert.
You saw Brady Rose go over and tap him on the head. So that's all right. That's a leader right there. Brady Rose trying to pick up his teammate, but a big false start there, setting up a first and long situation for Trinidad Chambliss and the Bulldogs.
From the 29 now, Chambliss hands it off. Katz tripped up from behind and slowed down for no gain. Good pursuit there on the backside. That's Elias Valdez able to drop him. 2nd and 15 coming up.
Well, despite that big return for Ferris State and the special teams, Grand Valley's crowd back into this ball game as Grand Valley was able to score. As we see the backside right here in great pursuit for Grand Valley, making a big play in a 2nd and long situation. And these are the plays right here where Grand Valley needs to dial up some pressure and try to make Trinidad Chambliss make an early decision and make some mistakes.
Crowd making some noise on 2nd and 15. 4-man rush. Drops back. Steps up. Cardamone gets the turf monster, and that allows Chambliss to break free, and he is out of bounds for a first down.
Wow. That just opened up for Trinidad Chambliss. Does a nice job of tucking it away. And like you said, a couple of Lakers inexplicably just falling down, whether it was one was a trip or they fell down.
He might have gotten tripped. Cardamone is really incensed. Here's the replay. See if we can see what happened to Cardamone. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly tripped. No
Wow.
flag. Break for Ferris State.
Yeah, that was James Kent, the offensive lineman, that just stuck out. Or I'm sorry.
Hang on here. 1st and 10 from the 14. Brady Rose in motion. Quarterback draw. Left side. Chambliss gets the corner, and he's gone. Touchdown. What a quick answer for Ferris State. They catch a break with no flag on the tripping call. That should have been a tripping call, and Chambliss scampers in for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
Yeah, he does a good job of using his speed. It looked like they had the answer defensively to get him. It's a design run right there. And you see it right there on the outside. He just is able to use his speed and outrun Jack Grice to the corner of the end zone. Ferris State with a huge, quick answer, using their special teams and the feet of Trinidad Chambliss to answer Grand Valley.
Middleton on to attempt the extra point. All set up by that big kick return. Kick is up, and it's good. Make it 20-7. Ferris State teams exchange quick touchdowns to begin the second half.
Yeah, I mistakenly called James Kent on that call, but it was, as we see Trinidad Chambliss hitting that corner, but it was Jarvis Wyndham, the offensive line, that kind of just stuck out that foot and got Cardamone down on the ground.
Got away with it. I mean,
he did.
It happens.
Hey,
the officials are humans.
You're going to miss some calls. You got to make some plays on defense. And Grand Valley right now is, I know the coaching staff's a little despondent in regards to not making that call, but again, some fireworks early here in the second half. We didn't see a whole lot of this in the first half, but special teams for Ferris making up a big play. Grand Valley offensively. Now, we talked about how important that drive was coming out of the halftime. I think this one is equally important to answer Ferris State's answer to Grand Valley's touchdown. They need to put some points again up on the board to keep up with Ferris State, who's now up again 13 points.
Yeah, like you said, Bob, they need a response. And we're not sure about Avery Moore's status. It's looking like, as of right now, the IQ Dengu show. I mean, Avery Moore has been battling throughout his entire collegiate career, Bob. So many injuries.
Well, the style of quarterback that he plays as a running quarterback is going to put him in peril, and he took the shoulder injury last year, and again today.
Here comes Kellen Reed out of his own end zone. Finds a crease, able to twist his way close to the 25 before he's clipped there. As I'm looking down at the huddle here, Bob.
Yeah, you saw that kick return and Reed putting his foot in the ground, but you saw the lanes discipline by Ferris State doing a great job of staying within their lanes and making sure that there's no big open holes that he can exploit, as did Ferris State special teams on their last kickoff return.
We got our third quarterback in the game now. Alex Thole is going to come into the game.
Well, after that touchdown run by Cody Tierney, I did watch Ike Dengwu walk off the field, and he was a little banged up and looked a little worse for the wear. And now the third quarterback for Grand Valley coming into the game.
Out of the pistol, little bubble screen, and Kasu bobbles and catches it, but he lost a couple.
Yeah, that was a great job of the read right there by Jalen Jones, the defensive back coming up and making that tackle. Saw that screen, beat the wide receiver on the outside on the block, and was able to make that tackle. That's a big guy to bring down, and Gavin Kasu, and he got him down at the feet and does a nice job.
2nd and 11. Thole over the middle. He's got Daryl Johnson, and he's tripped up just shy of the first down. Sets up a 3rd and 2, but Alex Thole is no stranger to playing in big moments. Last year against Colorado State Pueblo, had to come in a dire situation, helped rally that team to a double overtime victory.
He did that. He also came in the quarterfinal game against Harding last year, near the end of the game, as Harding kind of banged up and beat up. Cade Peterson, Avery Moore knocked those two quarterbacks out of the game, and Alex Thole kind of came in and had tried to make something happen out of nothing to bring Grand Valley back. So he's got some big game experience.
On 3rd and 1, sweep left side. Thole's got it. Needed 1, got 2 to the 35. They moved the sticks. He's got a great arm. He's, by the way, in at running back now for GVSU is David Holloman, Indiana transfer. It's a good job by Thole there after a kind of a discombobulated first down play to rally his team to get the first down.
You talk about the Holloman transfer from Indiana. You got Connor Neer transferring from Oklahoma. Running back for Ferris State, transfer from Washington State. The transfer portal is strong in this game today.
Hand off to Holloman. Setting up his blocks, able to crease his way for 4 to the 39. So we're 6 minutes into the third quarter. 2nd and 6 coming up for GVSU.
Interesting, too, defensively, as a defensive coordinator for Ferris State, having to prepare all week for Avery Moore. Then Ike Adengu comes in, and now you got another guy, and Alex will come in. The changes you have to make defensively and the calls, despite to the quarterback of what you have. Very interesting to watch how this defense sets up against now their third quarterback here today.
On 2nd and 6, a 4-man front for Ferris. Here comes a blitz up the middle. It's picked up. Thole, one-on-one. He's got his man. Reed! Did he get a foot down? No. May not have come down with it regardless. It's incomplete. 3rd and 6 coming up. May have put a little too much air under that one.
Well, Lento Smith was right there to make the play. I think that he may have been able to come down with that play. We'll get a good look at it here on the replay as Lento comes over from his safety position and just knocks him out of bounds and knocks the ball away. Just a great timing play there on the outside by Lento Smith.
Now Kenneth Jones in at running back. Late subs checking in on both sides. They're allowing Ferris State to sub since GVSU did. 3rd and 6, another big 3rd down. 10 on the play clock. Jones shifts over to the right of Thole. Thole takes the snap. It's a 4-man rush. Sets, throws. Jones dropped it and took a lick in the process. Incomplete, and the Lakers are going to punt the football away for the first time.
Yeah, Jacarvis Alexander was there regardless if he had caught the ball or not. I think he would have come up a little bit short, and just a quick read right there by Alex Stoll trying to find his running back out of the backfield. Maybe needed to get it to him a little bit earlier for him to be able to actually make a play, but again, Ferris State up to the task right here, and we'll see the first punt here from Grand Valley from the all-GLIAC performer.
Sunderman, reigning GLIAC Special Teams Player of the Week. Got a returner parked around the 20-yard line. Comes the rush, and it's blocked. Ball is loose and pounced on at the 30-yard line. Special teams play made there.
Jason Williams
for Ferris State. And now the Bulldogs have outstanding field position once again. That's pretty much, you can mark that as a turnover almost.
Well, Ferris State has had some success. They had some last week against Michigan Tech and the week prior as far as block punts. They've got some guys and even some setups where they weren't even in block punt formation. They just had some athletes make some plays, and I think that was the occasion right there as well. Grand Valley trying to get the punt off as a little rugby style, and just a missed opportunity there on the outside for Grand Valley. And Ferris State again with a short field for Trinidad Chambliss.
From the Laker 30 now. Receiver in motion. Jet sweep. Brett is able to find the seam, and he is tugged down at the very last second by Downs, but not before he gets inside the 10 to the 8, 1st and goal. But Ferris State can feel it now.
A great job of blocking up front. You look at here, Cardamone coming to the outside, and the tight end does a nice job of locking in right there, blocking him to the outside, and just a lot of room to run for the jet sweep. And we talked about it. Ferris State doesn't run traditionally a running back set offense. All their yards come a lot on jet sweeps and the quarterback run.
1st and goal from the 8. Cats are the running back as they go heavy. Motions out. Chambliss on the quarterback draw. Just gets what he can. He burrows his way down to the 5.
Yeah, this is a situation where in the past you saw a lot of Carson Golker, the big physical running quarterback. He gets hurt in the first game against Lake Erie, and now they put it on their quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss, to run that play. They also bring in a guy in Zach Ahern, the running back from Rockford, Michigan, here right around the corner to run those short yard situations. But right now, looks like they're going to keep Trinidad Chambliss in at the quarterback position.
2nd and goal from the 5. Heavy personnel, just one wide receiver flanked out to the right. Chambliss, a little bit of a delayed snap. In trouble. Can he get the corner? No. Boy, I thought there was going to be a flag for sure.
Looked like some movement on that left side, and
I guess not. He got down to the 2.
Coach
3rd
Worcester's thinking the same thing. There's a lot of movement before the snap, and makes you wonder whether it was Grand Valley that enticed or did any movement, but no call, and A 3rd and short situation right here, and again, keeping Trinidad Chambliss in at the quarterback position, and we've seen it in the past with Carson Golker where they just run that quarterback draw. We'll see if they do it again here.
From the 2. Katsu, the running back, motions out. Chambliss. Quarterback draw, bouncing, it's spinning. I don't think he got there. He's short. At the half-yard line, you know Ferris State's going to go for this one. Oh. What a tackle, though, on the edge.
Great job on the outside. Trinidad Chambliss saw pay dirt, thought he was going to come out and make the play. Just bounces right out to the outside. And man, oh man, Devin Pringle does a nice job of turning the shoulders as Ferris is going to go for it on 4th and short.
From inside the 1, Chambliss again, leaps, reaches. He got it, touchdown. He just skied as high as he could, and he got the football across the goal line for his 3rd rushing touchdown. It's now 26-7 Bulldogs.
Well, great athletic play right there by Trinidad Chambliss. He's a former basketball player. He uses his athletic ability and his jumping right there and extends that ball, which is always dangerous down near the goal line. Grand Valley could have wished that they would have had a backer or somebody that come up there and knock the ball out of his hands, but he extends the ball over the goal line, and Ferris State is going to take a commanding lead here at 26-7, trying to make it a 20.3 possession game.
Well, GVSU came out of the second half locker room ready to go. They got a big rushing touchdown from Cody Tierney, and then that kick return really swung the momentum back in favor of Ferris State. Middleton on to attempt the extra point. Hold is down, kick is up into the student section, good again. Get some extracurriculars after the whistle. We got a Bulldog really in some pain, but we'll take a break. 5.5 to go in the 3rd. Ferris State up by 20. Back after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
Media timeout.
I could spend hours shopping, and I'd hate every minute of it. That's why I bought my Camry at Cool Toyota. I found the exact car I wanted online before even going to the dealership. Then I got a great deal backed by their 10-year, million-mile warranty. No hassles, no runaround. I may hate shopping, but I love buying. Wherever I'm going, I let Cool Toyota take me there.
Where can you find top name brand products at low local prices? Only at Nowara Brothers Home Store. Our expert staff will work with you to select the perfect appliance, mattress, or TV that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Innovation and quality are built into every GE kitchen and laundry appliance. Save big on the latest GE appliances now at Nowara Brothers.
Feel the difference today and get more at Nowara Brothers Home Store. Nowara Brothers Home Store, family owned and operated since 1948.
DTE knows everyone has a preferred setting. Some like it cool, others warmer. Some like things slow, and others like it ASAP. Long, hot soak, or quick rinse. But whether it's a slow simmer or a fast boil, DTE makes sure that safe, reliable, cleaner natural gas is there for you, making every setting the perfect one. DTE.
Well, an opportunistic day so far for Ferris State, taking advantage of some miscues from Grand Valley State, Bob, and it was 13-0 at half. GVSU got that first touchdown of the second half, and special teams now have paid dividends for them.
That's been the tail of the second half of special teams. A big kickoff return from Ferris, and the block punt has created 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs to really push this lead up to 3 scores, and Grand Valley is going to have to find an answer with their 3rd-string quarterback in Alex Thole.
The ensuing kickoff, and that one is going to fly into the end zone, another touchback. And yes, it will be Alex Thole back out there. Injury concerns potentially for Avery Moore and Ike Udengu. And now the situation is we got a quarter plus left. This drive must score. The way it's looking.
This is really going to test the leadership of this Grand Valley football team, both offensively and defensively, as things start to look like they're unraveling against a really good Ferris State team and a big rivalry game. It's all right, what can we do to really put our foot down leadership-wise and really try to transform this game into a competitive football game?
Thole takes the snap, Hands it off, right side, Eichelberger picking his way for a few. 4 yards to the 29. You look at the stats, Ferris State a yard shy of 230 rushing yards. GVSU now with a $135.
Yeah, and you look at those rushing yards, and a lot of them are from Trinidad Chambliss, who's got over 120 yards rushing on this game, and that's one of the things I think Grand Valley did not expect. I think that they thought that they would be able to keep him under wraps, and he's just done a great job keeping his poise and doing a great job of running the football.
They go empty now on 2nd and 6. Cole takes the snap, a 4-man rush, pocket holds, sets, throws, looking for Tierney into double coverage. It's picked off again. Another interception. Oh, now they're going to rule it incomplete as you got a couple of Bulldogs wincing in agony. Boy, Payout had an easy pick there, and he somehow flat out dropped it, and Tierney's shaken up as well for GVSU.
This play was a travesty right there when you look at the guys that are banged up because of a jump ball situation. Not a great throw by Alex Stoll into double coverage. You got 2 Bulldogs that are down and a Laker down, as this ball was just basically thrown up for grabs, and a little bit of contact, and you see some legs and some guys catching some knees and some legs, and man, oh man, this is just not what you want to see by either team. Well, the guys that are down.
Not trying to speculate. I think Tierney was complaining of cramps, the way he's getting stretched out there. I'm not sure what happened to the Bulldog defenders. Did they possibly collide into each other?
I just never seen a play like that where you have a jump ball and 3 guys and all 3 come down banged up, and just got to kind of hope that they're going to be okay as the training staffs attend to them. But again, like I said, Alex Stoll trying to throw into double coverage. Not a great throw by him, as we take a break and hope to come back as the Lakers are down 27-7 here with 4:43 left in the third quarter.
There's regular cold, and then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
So, you're moving or doing a home renovation, and you need a place to store your stuff. Get a Unit's portable storage container, fast and on budget. Our Robo Unit can drop it anywhere. You pack it on your schedule, store it wherever you are, or have us pick it up and take it to our climate-controlled, clean, and secure warehouse. Need it moved to another location? We do that too. We're proud of our good old-fashioned customer service, but we know price matters. At Units of Grand Rapids, we'll beat any price. Click now or go to unitsstorage.com and get your initial delivery for free.
University of Michigan Health West is here to help you stay in the game. No matter what kind of athlete you are, the region's premier sports medicine program is here to help you stay on the move. With decades of experience in sports medicine care at 5 of our health centers, our team of highly skilled physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers provide treatments for injuries, joint pain, or whatever is holding you back. University of Michigan Health West is the official sports medicine provider of GVSU Athletics. More at ufmhealthwest.org/locations.
Well, good news on the Grand Valley side of things. Cody Tierney looks like it was cramps, as for Ferris State with Justin Payout. But unfortunately for Ferris State, Jacarvis Alexander cannot put any weight on one of his legs there, as he has to be helped by 3 players to the sideline. After all is said and done, it was just kind of a weird play. They all went down like bowling pins.
Yeah.
And now it's 3rd and 6. It was not a pick. Payout. Good eyesight by you, Bob. He dropped it, couldn't complete the process of the catch. GVSU catches a break there.
Really was a big break as Alex Stoll throws into double coverage. Now Grand Valley with 3rd and 6 lives to play another down.
Stepping up, it's Stoll, and look out. That's going to be a face mask, yeah. Man, that's the 2nd time a Bulldog defender has just...
Wow.
It's dangerous.
We talked about how good the interior is for this defense. These defensive ends have really done a good job of putting pressure, and you see it right here.
Defense number 2.
It's on Sheldon Cage, and I understand in the heat of the moment the game's so fast.
Yeah.
But luckily, Avery Moore had his face mask 360'd around in the first half, and now Alex Thole gets a nasty horse collar tackle. He's going to be okay.
Sheldon is just trying to grab onto anything he can as he's getting blocked, and just happens to grab on the back of the shoulder pads, which is a new no-no with the horse collar, and a big break for the Lakers as they get a big 15-yard penalty and a first down.
4.5 to go in the third. Lakers looking for some quick points here with Thole in at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands it off. Eichelberger again burrows into the traffic. Not a lot there. Gets a couple yards to the 46.
Yeah, it's been a tough sledding on first down to try to run the ball between the tackles, and you kind of wonder whether or not Grand Valley, down 3 touchdowns, needs to open up a little bit more on first down to give the quarterback some more opportunity and try to open up this offense a little bit and try to put some points on the board a little bit quicker here as we're nearing the end of this third quarter.
Jet sweep to the boundary. Darrell Johnson.
He gets
grabbed from the neck area. That time it receives no flag down to the 47 with his shoulder pads flapping in the wind. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Well, that looked like a potential horse collar.
Well, the mesh didn't look great when you see it right here. Johnson gets pulled back a little bit, and that is the definition of a horse collar right there, when you grab the back of the jersey over the numbers right there and bring the guy down. And a no call right there, a break there for Ferris, but Grand Valley does a great job of getting some positive yards there on second down, setting up a 3rd down and short.
At this point, it might be 4-down territory, but all you need is a yard. Eichelberger, the running back. Peterson bobs in motion. Sweep right side. Thole spinning. Didn't get there.
I, in my head, saw that lineup and saw the setup. I'm thinking, all right, here we go, quarterback draw. The defense for Ferris was thinking the exact same thing, and they were up to the task right there, stopping that play a little bit short. Alex didn't really do a great job of establishing himself and getting up to get that first down, and now a huge 4th down conversion here for the Lakers.
Eichelberger remains the running back. Peterson, the H-back on the right. Bulldogs showing pressure. Kyle Knott in motion. Handoff. Eichelberger gets met. Second effort, he's got it.
Great job of using his body in the spin right there. He was met right at the line of scrimmage, and there he is pounding his chest, giving Grand Valley a little bit more life right there. But he was met at the line of scrimmage and does a great job of twisting his body, getting up and getting the first down for the Lakers.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the third. They're in Bulldogs territory at the 45. Boy, a touchdown before the end of the quarter would be really nice here. But the time is ticking. Thole, right at the edge of the GV logo, takes the snap. Short drop, steps up, looking, rolling to his right, throws, and he's laid over the middle. It's picked.
Wow.
Another pick thrown by the Lakers, and returning it to the 45-yard line. As again, we get some extracurriculars after the whistle.
Trying to find his big tight end, Gavin Cassou, over the middle. And if you look, Eichelberger just fleets out. He's wide open to his right, as you saw right there. And tries to, anytime you throw late and over the middle against your body, it's very, very dangerous. And Ferris State makes him pay as Grand Valley converts its 3rd turnover of this ball game. And you combine that with the special team falls in regards to the kick return and the block punt. You just cannot make those mistakes in a game like today.
Jalen Jones with the pick. And I was with you, Bob. I saw Eichelberger open. I thought he was throwing it to him, but he tried to go to the big tight end and it was late. From their own 45 now, Chambliss. Katzer on the handoff. Plowing his way for 4 to the 49. Final moments of the third quarter ticking away.
Yeah, Ferris State up 3 touchdowns. You're going to see a lot of running right now and trying to milk this clock down and shorten this game as much as they can, trying to keep the possessions limited for Grand Valley on their offensive team to try to get more points up on the board as Grand Valley continues to move some defensive guys on the field.
2nd and 6, late subs checking in for GVSU. You get a whistle.
I think Grand Valley had to call a timeout to make sure they didn't have too many men on the field.
Timeout. Grand Valley.
Those timeouts are so critical.
Huge.
To have, especially when you're chasing a deficit. 78 seconds remaining in the third. Keep it here.
Yeah, and the frustrating part about that was just a substitution. It had nothing to do with the formation or the personnel that Ferris State had on the field and Grand Valley being confused It was just about not being consistent and disciplined in your substitutions, and Grand Valley having to burn a timeout there defensively. And they've been so good defensively today. A couple of short fields with the block punt and the kick return, giving up a couple of scores. But first half, like we talked about, so solid in playing defense. And now, with your backs against the wall, you can't afford to give up any more points right here to give your offense an opportunity to get back in this football game.
It's been the rushing attack for Ferris State. I mean, Chambliss, you look at his passing stats, just 8 of 16, 60 yards.
Yeah.
It's been him running the football and points off of turnovers. That's been your storyline in this game. That block kick, I mentioned it when that kick was blocked. It's treated like a turnover because it sets up the team that blocked it in great field position, and they had it right at the GVSU 30. So after the timeout, 2nd and 6. Just shy of midfield for Ferris State. Like you said, they've been going heavy personnel, just trying to grind out this clock. Chambliss sends his slot receiver in motion, now back the other way. Cats are on the handoff, left side. He's immediately stopped in his tracks right at midfield after just a yard. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, Ferris wants to do everything they can, like I said, to grind out this clock, get out of this quarter with possession of the football. A big 3rd down and 5 here. It'll be interesting to see. Tony Anise has been a play caller that's known to keep his foot on the gas pedal and really try to push. So I would not be surprised to see this ball up in the air.
Under a minute to go. They go empty this time. And mostly when they've gone in this formation, it's been Chambliss up the middle. 4-man front for GVSU. Brady Rose comes in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Quarterback, left side, Chambliss gets snowed under, and he's 2 yards short. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter.
Good job defensively there.
Well, if you're Ferris State, you got a 3-score lead here. Trying to play head coach here. Going to keep the offense on the field. I think this might be window dressing. We'll see. Down to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they did anything here but a pooch kick and or just try to milk out this clock.
Hard count. Lakers don't jump. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
We'll take a break. We're down to 15 minutes to go in the Anchor Bone Classic. GVSU looking for a late rally here. Need a lot of work, but crazier things have happened. We'll find out after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself. Whether you've set personal goals or are just making your health and well-being a priority, NovaCare is here for you. NovaCare is your trusted physical therapy partner for recovering from aches and pains, gaining strength, and preventing injury. There's no better time to make NovaCare's movement experts part of your healthcare team. To learn more about the benefits of physical therapy and get on the road to recovery and wellness, schedule an appointment today at NovaCare.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
Final 15 minutes of play coming your way in the Anchor Bone Classic. Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell. Beautiful shot there at Lover Stadium.
Beautiful.
Ferris facing a 4th and 2. The Grand Valley State 47 lining up to punt. Middleton's the punter, rolls out to his right. thought he was going to fake it, and he just booms it into the end zone. That one got away from him there, but I thought for a moment there, Bob, that he was definitely going to try and tuck it and run.
I always wonder when those rugby kicks go, how they don't have illegal men downfield, because you can only have your gunners and your center go past 7 yards before the punt goes off. And he held that ball so long, it looked like the whole Ferris State punt team was inside the red zone before he got that one off. But kicks it through the end zone. Grand Valley's got 80 yards to go, and they got to make something happen quickly. Grand Valley, we'll see if they go tempo, if they really try to come out here aggressively and try to make something happen. I don't think they can run the ball here on first down like they have been, and they got to really get this tempo going.
So from their own 20, Alex Stoll back in at quarterback. Sion Usma Harper's the running back. Takes the snap, play action fake, bubble screen, Darrell Johnson. Stutter steps around one defender, tried to spin off a second, nothing doing, gets a couple of yards.
Great job by beating the tackle initially on Justin Payout, but the cleanup there by his teammate does a nice job of Jalen Jones, and we've called his name. He had that big interception on that pass to Gavin Cassou, and this defense we talked about in the pregame. I watched film on them this week, and I was really impressed. I underestimated how good this defense was all year long. They are a special group.
2nd and 8, handoff Usma Harper. He's in trouble in the backfield, and he's going to be buried back at the original line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. Yeah, you got to give credit where credit is due. Ferris State in the trenches has been outstanding
Without
today.
a doubt. In the middle there, we talked about it. Their 2 defensive tackles or something. They're special right here as we get another look at Sion trying to get up the middle and just has nowhere to go. He's swinging as I think it was Sapea there making that play, but just way too much pressure defensively, and Grand Valley now in a 3rd and long situation really needs to make a play.
3rd and 10 for Thole. Spread formation. Here comes pressure off the edge. They send it. 4-man rush. Thole escapes to his right. Looking downfield. Tucks it and runs. Takes a pop. Short of the first. Looks like that's Trace Hergich. I believe that's 35 into the game.
Yep.
He's been out the last couple of games with an injury. Takes the snap, puts his foot into it. Good high tail dragging kick, fielded at the 25. Brady Rose is met immediately there by Luke McLean after just a couple of yards on the return. And Ferris State gets the ball back.
Fun there. Luke McLean, his dad, Dan McLean, and Brady Rose, his dad, Ken Rose, they played in the defensive backfield together at Grand Valley. So a fun little correspondence right there between the 2 former Laker greats.
So the Bulldogs, they control this game. 1st and 10, trying to salt away as much time as they can. If you're just joining us, it was 13-0 Ferris State at the half. GVSU was able to take the opening drive of the second half down the field, capped off by Cody Tierney with a jet sweep touchdown to make it 13-7. And then Ferris State, courtesy of some great special teams play, was able to get the next 2 scores. Here's Chambliss in the gun with his running back to his right. Takes the snap. Cats are on the handoff. Not a lot. Dives ahead for 2 to the 30-yard line.
Well, we talked about it this whole broadcast in regards to the lack of success Ferris State has had in the traditional running game, running the football. It's been mostly the jet sweeps and the quarterback running on either scrambles, design, quarterback draws. And Grand Valley's defense, like you said, they've been out there a lot. They got to be getting a little bit exhausted and tired. And yeah, you wonder if they've got one more piece of magic in them that they can create a turnover in a short field for their offense.
2nd and 8. Play clock under 10 now for Chambliss, who has 3 rushing touchdowns. H-back goes in motion. Sweep to the left. Chambliss is just going to run out of bounds. Lost a couple, and you hear the GVSU coaching staff pleading for a holding call on the edge.
Yeah.
No flag, but defense was able to string him out. And like I said, he's back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually, only a loss of 1 there.
Yeah, the defensive end on the right side for Grand Valley just getting held up a little bit. But again, great job of pressure and support for the defense right there. And again, clock does not stop college football when they run out of bounds here in these situations until it gets under 2 minutes.
3rd and 9 for Ferris State. Defense looking to get off the field for GVSU. Showing that edge pressure on the snap. Deep drop, trying to set up a screen. It's complete to the wide side. Able to slip away and get close. Depends on the spot. I think he might be inches short.
Wow.
On the screen there, it was caught by O'Brien. Boy, it depends on the spot.
Looks like it's going to be a first down.
I think they gave it to him by the nose of the football.
Moving. And this is a great call by Ferris State. They know they want to keep the clock moving. They run a safe little screen play to the outside, know that the completion is going to happen. The clock's going to continue to move. If he doesn't get the first down, the clock's going to continue to move. Grand Valley being very aggressive defensively, trying to get to the quarterback, make a play, just get caught off guard right there. And Ferris with a huge first down to continue this clock ticking down. Grand Valley down 3 possessions.
So from their own 38, they get the crucial first down. Chambliss alone in the gun. Burning off as much time as possible. Claps takes the snap, short drop, sets, throws, down the field he goes to O'Brien, and an over-the-shoulder grab. He makes it beautifully in stride over the defender Grant Hart down to the GVSU 33.
Really good coverage on the outside by Grant Hart. Just a great throw by Trinidad Chambliss to the outside. And O'Brien does a great job of really not showing the play until the last minute and get his hands up so the defender doesn't get his hands up to try to deflect the ball. And another big play offensively by the Bulldogs and a great throw by the young Trinidad Chambliss. I keep calling him young because I coached him when he was a young boy, and he seems like he's still a little 6-year-old to me. And he's a junior here and a grown man and having a great football game here for the Bulldogs.
On 1st and 10, Brett goes in motion, jet sweep to Brett. And he's tripped up and brought down nicely by Kennelly in the open field for no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up. And, you know, Ferris State has done a good job today utilizing their athletes in space on the edges.
That's exactly what they do. And we talked about it ad nauseum almost today in regards to the way they utilize their running game. It's more jet sweep. It's more with the quarterback. It's not the traditional running back set in the eye formation. And I think that a lot of that has to do with what Tony Anise wants to do offensively, but also personnel. And he realizes his athletes are on the outside and with his quarterback and keep the ball in space and get those guys open on the outside.
The clock down to 5 on 2nd and 10. Oh, and that was just, I don't know what to make of that play. I don't think Chambliss was ready for the snap. The slot receiver was going in motion. He's just got a fall on it for a 7-yard loss. I think the center and quarterback were not on the same page there.
Yeah, I think the center snapped that one maybe a little bit early. The motion was coming, and he wasn't really in his full set motion. And just a good play by Trinidad just to jump down on the football. But a lot of hands to the side, wondering what was going on by the offensive line and the Ferris State offense.
It's probably the only thing that's gone wrong offensively for them. They have not.
Especially in the second half.
Yeah, they have not turned the football over. That's what's been their issue the last couple of years against Grand Valley, penalties and turnovers. Play clock's at 0. They just get the snap off, just a 3-man rush. Chambliss wires one down the field. It's complete. Gilbert trying to get the first down. I think he got it. Oh, they didn't give him such a great spot. He might be just a little bit short.
Great job of pass protection by Ferris's front 7. Trinidad does a nice job of stepping up, finding his open receiver. Looks like he's going to run a crossing route and just stops in the zone and then changes his field. He's a big receiver.
I think he's a little bit short. Yeah, it's 4th and inches here. And he doesn't need much. Chambliss alone in the gun.
Quarterback draw.
Takes the snap. Yep, there it is. And I think he got it. He did. And they'll move the sticks and burn the clock as we're coming up on 7.5 to go.
Yeah, right now, if you're Grand Valley and your defense, it's all about pride right now, trying to keep them out of the end zone. They're already in field goal position. Mitchell has a strong leg and has put some through the uprights already. But as they continue to work this clock down, and Grand Valley needing 3 full possessions to score to try to tie this up or take the lead, the defense right now has just got to do everything they can to keep Ferris State out of the end zone.
Coming up on 7 to go. Bulldogs have full control of this one, and Tony Anise is going to take a timeout. And there it is with exactly 7 minutes to go. We'll keep it here. This result holds, Bob, as we're just past the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Ferris State's going to control their own destiny here. It's going to really shake things up when it comes to the national super region rankings.
Yeah, region 3 rankings, I think they come out next week. It's just alphabetical order. They're not actually the actual rankings. So when you guys see the rankings on Tuesday, don't freak out, because it's not the actual ranking. It's the alphabetical order in which the teams are in. Grand Valley will still be in the playoffs. Ferris State, obviously, if they win this game, they'll be in the playoffs. But what this does is it sets up Region 3, which is the most difficult region in Division II football. Nobody's going to argue that. But it sets up home field advantage. It sets up some buys. It sets up the playoff as we get closer here with 4 games remaining. And, you know, we always talk about winning this football game and how big it is as far as winning the conference and getting the Acre-Bone Trophy, but winning the one in November is always the big one. And if these two teams kind of hold to card in regards to winning out, they'll see each other either in the first or second round of the playoffs. And most likely, if Ferris State holds on to win this football game, it'll be up in Big Rapids.
A lot still to be sorted out, as after today, there's three weeks left in the season. On 1st and 10 after the Bulldogs timeout, just outside the red zone. O'Brien goes in motion. Chambliss will hand it off to O'Brien. Left side, tries to cut it back and wiggles his way for 2 down to the 20.
First time we've seen that jet sweep, kind of a delay going back up the middle and getting a couple of positive yards, but usually when you see that, they're trying to get out the outside, and these receivers don't want to run the ball up the middle very often. And I think they've been coached up right now to try to keep this ball in the middle of the field, let the clock run down. We'll be happy with a field goal right now and then try to milk this clock down as much as we can.
Ferris in no hurry. It's been a time-consuming drive that the Bulldogs definitely wanted. Down to 10 as they're ready to go. Cats are the running back to the right of Chambliss. On the snap, it's a handoff. Cats are up the middle. He's spun down by Cardamone. 2 more yards. Set up 3rd and 6. But now Ferris State has definitely inserted themselves back into, hey, everybody forgot about us after that week 1 loss at Pitt State. Well, hey, we're a national title contender, and for GVSU, it's obviously you never want to lose to your rival in a trophy game, but it's your first loss. You still have a lot to play for. There's still a lot in front of you.
I don't think anybody that has a really good deep knowledge of Division II football forgot about Ferris State University. Correct. They understand what a talented program this is. They brought a lot of guys back defensively, a talented offense. Trinidad Chambliss has proven to be a really good quarterback.
Here's O'Brien, jet sweep. He's got the first down inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. And again, another 3rd down conversion.
I think one of the question marks that Ferris State had at the beginning of the year offensively was this offensive line. And I got to give kudos to Bryce George and Lawrence Hattar and Jarvis Wyndham, Bob Anderson and Tim Anderson. What a great job they've done as far as establishing the line of scrimmage and protecting Trinidad Chambliss for Ferris State. Grand Valley's going to have to go back to the board and try to figure out what they can do, not only defensively to stop this potent offense of Ferris State, but offensively to try to put some more points up on the board.
Down to 4.5. It's 1st and goal from the 8. Fake the jet sweep. Chambliss up the middle, picking his way. Again, 2 more yards. 2nd and goal from the 6. You look at Grand Valley's schedule compared to Ferris State. Grand Valley, Senior Day next week against Wayne State, a program that struggled this year. Then you go take that tricky trip up to the tip of the UP in Houghton, Michigan Tech. And then you're at Roosevelt. So 3 opportunities to end the season on the right note.
Absolutely.
Go into the playoffs with momentum. Ferris State, they still have Davenport and Saginaw Valley State on their schedule.
Yeah, they do, and they're both at home. They go up to Northern Michigan next week, but they have Saginaw Valley and Davenport, 2 really good GLIAC opponents that they have to handle at home.
Chambliss again diving.
But I think, like you said, with Grand Valley's schedule, I think the most important thing as we look at today's game is get healthy, right? I mean, we came into this game, Grand Valley did at week 8, very, very healthy on the front, on both sides of the football. And to lose your starter and your backup quarterback basically in the first half of this football game, and to have to come out with your third-string quarterback and try to manage and try to put up some points. So I think Grand Valley is going to look to try to have some success over the next 3 weeks and win some football games and get into the playoff, but they're also going to look at trying to get healthy.
Well, here's Zach Ahern in as that kind of wildcat quarterback here on 3rd and goal from the 3. Play clock's down to 2. They got to go. And Ferris State's got to burn another timeout. Just over 3 minutes to go. As Ferris State is looking for one more exclamation point as we keep it here. You just never know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
And you look at Ferris State playing Saginaw Valley State and Davenport. Those are 2 teams coming into this week with 2 losses. They're treating every game the rest of the way. Those 2 teams like playoff games.
Absolutely. They got to win to get in, and it's going to be tough in Region 3 to get in with 3 losses. So like you said, they are treating every game, going to be selling out, and quite frankly, Ferris State was in that position here today. They knew if they had another loss with Region 3 and their strength of schedule that they might have a tough time getting in, and they came and answered the bell today, did a great job offensively and defensively, and especially special teams in coming out with this win. So they did a great job, and they're going to have to answer the bell a couple more times against some really good GLIAC opponents moving forward. And again, Grand Valley, they still have to play some football games. And, Wayne State, we look at their record, they're a good football team. And they, struggled this year. But we saw Wayne State come to Grand Valley a few years ago, not with a really good record, and beat Grand Valley and knock them out of the playoffs. So Grand Valley definitely has to make sure that they take every opponent and make sure that they take them seriously, but also try to get healthy here in the next 3 weeks.
Battle for the wooden shoes next week as Ahern takes the snap, a sweep left side, and he's in for the exclamation point and another Bulldogs touchdown. As he gives the anchor down signal to the remaining students that are here, it's now 33-7, Ferris State.
Zach Ahern, quarterback from Rockford, Michigan, wasn't highly recruited by Grand Valley, goes up to Ferris, and like you said, anchor down right there to get that additional touchdown for Ferris State. And this score is not really indicative of how this football game went. I'll tell you, it was a couple of special teams play early in that 3rd quarter that really turned the tide of this game. The scoreboard's not going to really reflect how competitive this football game was, but again, you knock out your starter quarterback, your backup quarterback. Grand Valley's got some things to figure out offensively and defensively. Just on the field way too much.
Extra point is up and good. It's 34-7. Ferris State will take a break as we're winding down the last couple of minutes here in the Anchorbone Classic on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
University of Michigan Health West is here to help you stay in the game. No matter what kind of athlete you are, the region's premier sports medicine program is here to help you stay on the move. With decades of experience in sports medicine care at 5 of our health centers, our team of highly skilled physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers provide treatments for injuries, joint pain, or whatever is holding you back. University of Michigan Health West is the official sports medicine provider of GVSU Athletics. More at ufmhealthwest.org/locations.
Honey. Okay, are you ready? You're all set.
Hi there, I'm here to help. Not only do we have the largest network of doctors and hospitals in Michigan, we also make sure access to the care you need is right at your fingertips. I think we made a lot of progress today. You have really come a long way. You should be proud of yourself. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, always ready to help.
Another touchdown punched in by Ferris State. Extra point good. It's now 34-7 Bulldogs as the Anchorbone Trophy is well on its way to going back to Big Rapids for the first time in a few years. It's all part of the rivalry. You see the anchor down. You see the players still jawing at one another. As here's the ensuing kick. Kellen Reed, this is a returnable ball at his own 10-yard line. To the left side, following the convoy of blockers, and almost escaped into that last level. As look out, we got more players going down after the whistle. Good return by Kellen Reed, just shy of the 40. That's where the Lakers will set up shop. But you mentioned playoff pairings down the road. We're, believe it or not, under a month away from the playoffs beginning.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And listen, I think there's a pretty good chance these two teams will see each other again come playoff time.
Yeah.
Just a matter of when it's going to happen.
It's one of those things, and I talk to the fans about it, and they always come up to me like, why can't we not reschedule and do that, blah, blah. And it's a regional setup. It's Division II football. Money matters in Division II where they don't want travel expenses and so forth. So it's inevitable that these two teams are going to meet each other early in the playoffs. And as it looks with the way this game goes down, it might even be in the first round, which is disappointing because these two teams are probably two of the best teams in the country, and to have them have to knock each other out that early in the playoffs is disappointing. And Coach Anise has said it in his press conferences in the past, and Coach Mitchell in the past, and Coach Wooster has said it as well. But it is what it is, and I have a feeling that if all holds hold and Grand Valley is able to take care of business in the next 3 weeks, as is Ferris State, we'll see these two teams early in November.
It was Kenneth Jones on the first play for a 4-yard pickup. Vinny Meskey's into the game. Fourth quarterback of the game utilized. He's going to drop back and pass. Over the middle he goes, and look out, taking a pop and not able to hang on to the football is Jordan Johnson. Incomplete. Good throw by Meskey, and like I said, Johnson took an absolute licking there at the Bulldog 45. It's going to set up 3rd and 6.
Michael Edwards, the defensive back, 6'1", 195 sophomore, and he's one of those safeties, 12 and 13. These guys are really strong against the run. They like to really jump the run, but right there you see them do a great job and pass breakup right there and breaking on that pass.
Coming up on the 2-minute timeout. Meskey takes the snap, short drop. Flush slightly to his right, wings it down the field, and a almost unbelievable over-the-shoulder grab by Donovan Johnson. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. That's just the way the game has gone along for GVSU.
You took the words out of my mouth right there. That is just basically the way the game's gone. A really, really nice ball by Meskey to the outside, able to put the ball on as we see some John and a flag, and might see some unsportsmanlike conduct, I guess, is from both sides. But just a great ball right here to the outside as you see it, and catch that ball the first time, and that's a big play, big conversion, but just cannot make the play, and that's been kind of what Grand Valley has been faced with all day long today. Just cannot make that play.
Grand Valley, number 11, 15-yard penalty, still 4th down. That's his first of the game.
Yeah, I'm looking down at the Grand Valley sideline. Jim Lewis, the longtime defensive coordinator, was kind of rallying the troops, trying to give them some words of encouragement. Obviously, it's been a really frustrating game for GVSU, but you still got a lot of season left in front of you.
And that's what you don't want to see is, Jordan Johnson just kind of getting caught up in the emotion of the game, being very, very frustrated and getting that 15-yard penalty and really pushing Grand Valley back. But, just a frustrating game for Grand Valley. Like I said, not being able to make plays. Special teams hurt them. Turnovers hurt them. Obviously, injuries hurt them with the quarterback situation. So it's just been a tough game for the Lakers. And kudos to Ferris State and their staff and their team coming in prepared and needing this game to make sure that they got to the next level, and so far so good for the Bulldogs.
Sunderman's punt was fair caught at the 30 by Brady Rose. 2-minute timeout, another break. We'll wrap this one up after this on the Grand Valley Sports Network.
DTE's natural gas is a lot more than just an energy source. It perks up your mornings and eases you into relaxed evenings. It works both hard and smart. It can help heal the body and transport the mind. And at the end of the day, cleaner, safe, affordable natural gas is there to do more than just dry your clothes. It's a warm hug waiting to happen. DTE.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Looks like Ferris State is lining up in victory formation after the 2-minute timeout. Back live here in Allendale. Brian Fongers, Bob Mitchell. 34-7 Ferris State as Chambliss takes a knee. GVSU is not going to use one of their couple remaining timeouts, but for Scott Wooster, look, it's so hard to win in the game of football, any level. This is going to be his first GLIAC loss as the head coach of the Lakers.
And first loss to Ferris State, going 2-0 last year. And I was writing down some information while we were on break, and it was an interesting thing that I heard last week when Harding, the #1 team in the country, lost to Ouachita Baptist. And Coach Paul Simmons, who's a phenomenal coach, and Grand Valley lost to Harding last year in the quarterfinals, and he was very gracious in defeat or in victory, and realizing what a tough game that was. But he said something in his postgame last week that I heard, that he guaranteed that whoever wins the national championship is going to have one loss.
I remember listening to that.
And I thought, wow, what a statement to make. But then as we move forward and you look at some of the way the Region 3 is shaking out and the way the national landscape is kind of shaking out, he might have been a prophet there in his statement right there, that the national champion for Division II football is going to have one loss.
Well, this is the last time you're probably going to see Super Region 3 stacked up like this, because there are rumors that there is realignment coming. So enjoy it, because whoever the top 7 teams are that get into Super Region 3, you just don't know, 1 to 7, who's going to come out of that region. It is survival of the fittest.
It is. It is a gauntlet. It is some really, really good football. You look at Colorado the Mines, and you look at Grand Valley, you look at Ouachita, you look at Harding, you look at Ferris State University. It is one of the most difficult. It's the SEC of Division II football.
Couple of knees taken there by Ferris State, and the Anchorbone Trophy is coming home to Big Rapids. 34-7 is your final score. Ferris State is now 7-1 overall. They control their own destiny for an outright GLIAC title. They're 4-0. GVSU, they're 7-1. The difference is they're now 3-1 in GLIAC play. Bob, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, I think Trinidad Chambliss grew up here today. I mean, he was a young kid, his first time playing in this environment, and he answered the bell. Had a great football game. Grand Valley's defense held on as long as they could, but the offense just couldn't muster up anything against a very talented Ferris State defense. And now, moving forward, Grand Valley is going to have to find some ways to get healthy and get ready for the next 3 games to try to make a playoff push.
Yeah, 3 weeks to figure it out. And our next broadcast is coming your way next Saturday on the Grand Valley Sports Network. It's Senior Day, the final home game of the regular season for the Lakers, taking on the Warriors of Wayne State. The battle for the wooden shoes. 3 o'clock is the kickoff here from Allendale. As, like Bob said, the Lakers look to adjust, recharge, get ready for the stretch run of the regular season, because, like we said, there's still a lot to play for. But the better team today was the Ferris State Bulldogs. They get the job done, 34-7. That's going to wrap things up here. My special thanks to my broadcast partner, Bob Mitchell, and as always, the boys in the truck. A job well done today. I'm Brian Fonger saying thanks for tuning in. Again, our next broadcast for the regular season, our final one, is next Saturday against Wayne State at 3 o'clock. You've been tuning in to GVSU football on the Grand Valley Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Anchor up, and as always, go Lakers.